It's all good vibes today, guys. Welcome back to the Cinebums and the Misfit Pond channels. We're happy to be providing you with film-related content today. It's super late at night. My brain is rotting. My guests' brain are also rotting more because they're like 3 hours ahead of me. So we're gonna get this thing started. I'm not gonna talk like that the whole time, but
you could.
I could. It's my show, right? It's Carlos's show too. Carlos and Blaire are back.
Thank you.
It's on your channel, you know.
Fuck yeah.
You get awesome. More. You bring in the views, baby.
Thank you.
The cash cow.
The cash fucking.
I'm the nepo baby.
Hell yeah.
I'm the clout goblin. You know, I'm just feeding off of Carlos's viewership here throughout this whole thing.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here. Carlos and Blaire are back. Thank you guys for returning and showing your faces, your beautiful faces on the show. Mm-hmm. And we have a special guest. She is a Kino goddess. She told me not to say it.
Let's reel it in.
I'll reel it in. I'm sorry. Kaylan the Great. Thank you for coming on.
You're already doing too much.
Sorry. I'm trying to just do this gracefully.
The Great. Mom. Let's keep our expectations low.
Just so people.
Let's go.
Just so people know you, like, what is your take on the motion picture The Whale?
I knew it. I fucking knew that was coming.
Great movie. Loved it.
Okay.
The memes have ruined it, personally.
Yeah, they really have. It's unfortunate, but
Bill Griff, this is your fault. No, I'm joking.
Bill made that movie into straight up, best comedy of 2020 so far. Yeah, thank you for coming on. All three of you, thank you so much. We're doing a very hotly anticipated episode, I would say, because we all grew up and thrived in the 2000s decade. We watched a lot of movies. Even harder for me to come up with a top five than the 70s. Like, I don't know if you all felt the same way, but to dwindle it down was like a major difficult task. Yeah. How was it for you guys?
It was fucking terrifying, disgusting, awful.
A struggle.
Yeah, it was
easy as hell.
Easy as hell.
All right, well,
yeah.
All right.
This one took the least amount of thought. I'm not even joking. It
Seriously?
actually did.
Yeah,
that's
really?
good then.
Damn, not me, dude. This was the only reason.
Shrek 1, Shrek. I'm just gonna make a Shrek joke. Sorry, I was gonna say Shrek 1, Shrek 2, and Shrek the Third. That's
we're
like
diving straight into the Kino. We'll love to see it.
It's more like Shrek 1, Shrek 2, fish with a Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
The fish.
I was gonna say Fish Tale.
The Will Smith De Niro classic.
Wait, De Niro was in that?
Hell
yeah, he's the shark.
Yeah.
He's one of
shark. He's one
the
of
titular shark in the tale.
Martin Scorsese plays the car wash guy.
He plays the puffer fish.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
So certified Kino classic.
Yeah, it's their best collaboration.
I believe it.
Do you think De Niro Scorsese like recollect that movie at all, or it's probably like hanging on their mantle, like the poster of that movie? I hope.
Hell yeah, they got a fucking fat ass paycheck. Of course they do.
Scorsese financed Shutter Island through Shark Tale, obviously, but yeah,
that makes sense. I can
believe
that.
No,
Scorsese was involved in that movie. That's wild to me. Shark Tale seems like such a fucking weird thing.
It's a weird artifact. We could do a whole episode on that one day if we want.
I'm down.
I've never seen it. So
I'll watch Shark Tale.
There's a lot to unpack. This is your last episode anyway, Kaylan. So
I'm already on the chopping block.
Wrap it.
You and Perry are on the chopping blocks right now.
Oh no!
No, that's a joke. That's a joke. I love Perry's the best. Perry, we love Perry. Or Totoro now. He changed his alter ego to Totoro.
Oh, I know.
That's some king shit. Anyway,
I was down with the Snorlax, but
he's a huggable guy. We should just dive right into this because, like,
let's just jump right.
Time is a ticking.
Let's just get into it.
Let's just talk about the movies. Let's just talk about the movies now. Movies are good, right?
Oh, this is a movies list?
No,
fuck.
movies are fine.
Yeah, no, this is a top 5 Nickelodeon
I thought this was top 5 favorite League of Legends skins.
Oh shit, you're in the wrong podcast. I don't
that
belong.
would get like quadruple the amount of views this podcast is gonna get. FYI.
I barely know what that means.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know League of Legends?
No, I do, but
I've
then you said more words, and I was like, okay.
Skins was one of them.
Skins.
I hate that I'm gonna admit this to a fucking public audience, but I've spent hundreds of dollars on League skins back when I was like 18. Yeah,
I feel that.
That's
good.
good.
I spent an ungodly amount of money on Candy Crush back in the day. So
on Candy Crush.
that's
better than League.
I don't know.
better than League.
I spent a lot of
too
money.
much. I don't even play that shit anymore. So it's just like, well, where'd that money go?
Forgot that.
I feel that. Yeah, same here.
I spent a decent amount of money on virtual Pokeballs when Pokemon Go first came out.
Pokemon Go. Yeah, of course.
Oh man, when that came out, I lived in a Pokestop. It was lit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So people were coming by all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. Yeah. Top 5 Pokemon underrated Pokemon.
Oh, I got you.
Pass.
Geodude.
Pass.
Chef's kiss. No, I'm joking. Fuck Geodude.
Jigglypuff or bust.
Jigglypuff or bust.
I do like.
I'm more of a Squirtle type guy.
Mm.
What does
Also
Squirtle
a fan
morph
of the
into?
Squirtle because he's got a funny name.
Bulbasaur.
Where are my Piplup stands?
Piplup.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's Piplup.
I only know that from playing Smash all the time, but
My knowledge is.
I only know the first generation. Anything past that, I don't fucking know anything.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You don't know fucking
Togetic.
you're talking like a mob boy. You know fucking Bulbasaur.
You don't know fucking Squirtle.
You don't know Cyndaquil?
That sounds straight up made up.
What?
Cyndaquil.
You guys are insane.
Yeah, that sounds like a sleep aid.
I'm a heathen.
That's the fucking one of the starter Pokemons. You guys are on crack.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm being gaslit. Anyways,
you're
moving on.
gaslighting me. All right, we have to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's get it
All
going.
right, see ya.
Let's get it.
That was a great podcast. I'll see you later.
I'm probably gonna put a Black Eyed Peas song in the intro. What do you guys think about that?
That'd be
you should put my wait, you said Black
Let's
Eyed Peas,
get it
right?
started.
Yeah, that
In here. Would that be so lit? I should do that.
It'd be so
You should put
lit.
the original version on there.
And then
yes, you should.
That would be so
That'd be
problematic.
great.
Carlos's channel gets stricken.
Yeah, I was gonna.
For
I
Black
think you'd have
Eyed
some
Peas.
issues. I think you're causing issues for yourself.
And
The
then
original version's so based.
it is so based. Yeah, we hype up the podcast so well, then we rant about
the
Pokemon
first
for
time I
10 minutes.
realized that original version was when I was watching the OC and they played it on my show. I was like, oh, word,
the
that's
O-
what it says.
The OC is so based. Oh my god!
Oh,
Don't get me started.
wait,
All right,
hold on.
Oh my god!
Was you about to pull out something OC related?
Oh my god! Are you
Oh.
kidding me? I've seen that. At
Oh,
a meme
Lord.
that
It's like my favorite show of all time.
We'll talk about it later.
All right.
What the fuck is that?
The OC. Oh god!
Bitch.
That's what I watched in
Oh.
high school. It made me who I was today.
Kind
Um,
of same, actually.
One Tree Hill and OC was what I
Me
watched. in
too.
high
Those
school.
are my shit. Those are my
Oh my
shows,
god!
dog.
We got to talk later.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The best soundtracks ever.
I'm so sorry, people.
Nah, I'm not.
I'm not either. I'm talking to Carlos and Blaire.
Oh no,
Oh, still
I don't
not.
give a shit.
It's all good. I don't give a
I'll
shit.
be here all night if I have to. Tradition is that our guest goes first, Kaylan.
Oh, good.
What is your? I should remind people we're doing our top 5 movies of the 2000s. We're each gonna do our list, so there'll be 20 films, and we'll dwindle it down to a top 10 at the very end when our brains are completely rotted out of our skulls. So it's gonna be a great episode. Yeah, so we're gonna go from 5 to 1. Kaylan's gonna kick us off. So please,
The
Miss,
rot has already begun. So
please
get
give
ready.
me some brain rot. Let's do it. What's your number 5?
Okay, we have Irreversible.
Oh, hell yeah.
From 2002 by Gaspar Noé. One time I double dipped. I didn't know which one to show, so I did both.
That's a really cool addition.
The
one that
Vinegar
yeah.
Syndrome? Yeah.
What? Both of them, yeah.
Indicator.
Indicator, vinegar, whatever. But yeah.
I double
almost didn't
dipped
buy the other
for that
but
one
then
too.
I couldn't stop myself.
Me too.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that is like infamously like disturbing, and for good reason, because it very much is. And for like anyone that doesn't know, it's like a story told in reverse of like this night of a series of traumatic and like life-altering events that happens to these people. And we're experiencing it, like we're just dropped right in at the end of it and trying to make sense of like what's going on, which is very like disorienting. Like the presentation of it really makes it what it is. Like the camera work in this is so like insane, like out of control in the best possible way. That plus like the sound like makes for the most like visceral, crazy experience. This is really one of my favorite movies of all time. I got to see it in theaters earlier this year. And it was really one of my favorite theater experiences ever. Like it really made it elevated that movie so much more for me. Like experiencing it in that way was like so fucking visceral. Like, and like seeing the crowd react to it, it was just like, it was so good. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Gaspar Noé. Like he's my favorite director. I think he's really just out here doing things that like no other filmmaker does. Like
absolutely,
he crafts things in ways that make me feel things that nobody else does. And I think honestly, this movie would be higher if I was just making a subjective list of like my favorite things. But I'm trying to be like, or yeah.
No, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like
objective.
But yeah, objective. But I love it. It's good.
I love it too.
Yeah, I would have picked. If I didn't know that you were going to pick that, I would have probably picked that because that is also one of my favorite films of all time.
Same here.
It is just, yeah, I agree. I saw it in theaters in 35 millimeter, like not even a month ago. And Irreversible, I mean, that was, if it wasn't for 2001: A Space Odyssey in IMAX, I would say that was my favorite theater experience ever. Because Irreversible in 35 millimeter was just, like Kaylan said, such a visceral, unmatched experience like you've never seen before. Seeing something that unforgiving and relentless with that aesthetic in that kind of format in a theater it's just fucking like amazing. Not only because like the visual aesthetic and seeing it on such a big screen like makes a difference, but just the sound as well. Like as Kaylan was talking about, like the sound plays such a vital role in the film, and being able to experience that like in the biggest speakers possible, like really made a whole lot of difference as well. And yeah, that movie, that was the second time I ever watched it, and it really provoked something deep within me. It was just incredible film. I love it so much.
Yes. 10 out of 10 must-see masterpiece.
Absolutely.
Must-see masterpiece.
This is a good full circle moment because Carlos, the way I discovered your channel because of your analyzed video. I think I told you that in our first podcast we did together.
Yeah, I did. That's awesome.
The fire extinguisher sequence that you
really?
Analyzed video. That's how I found your channel. So full circle moment. But yeah, I think I agree. That movie's a masterpiece. I my deepest regret of not seeing it, in 35 when I could at the Alamo Draft House. But yeah, it's like you guys said enough. It's just perfect. Is that your favorite Gaspar Noé? Both of you, all of you?
Yeah, it is.
Yep, it is.
It's really hard for me because I love Climax dearly. Like Climax is a film that I see myself watching way more, which is the only reason why I still think that one's my favorite, because I could pop Climax in at any time and watch it. Irreversible is like, that's a whole fucking like basket of shit.
Basket of shit.
Like Climax is dandy on its own.
I mean, Climax
is the other one for me. Like,
which one?
Oh yeah,
Enter the Void.
Enter the Void. That's
I
the one.
Love Enter the Void.
I actually haven't seen it yet.
It's another just like
incredible.
crazy like just a visceral experience.
One
like
of a
Gaspar
kind
Noé
experience.
is really just out here doing shit that nobody else does. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's actually Gaspar Noé's most visually impressive film.
That's what I've heard.
it's
Like
it's the most like unique thing I've ever experienced. Like, it's a
Wow.
whole thing. Yeah.
I have friends that have done DMT, and they told me that movie's a real close approximation of what
It
DMT is like,
though. It is.
which is very crazy to me. Yeah, it's like
I
yeah.
did DMT recently and can confirm.
Oh wow.
pretty close.
It's like
That's
that
crazy.
and like the like album artwork of 10,000 Days from Tool. It's like the with the
Ooh.
eyes and shit.
Damn.
Like, that's just a DMT.
Jeez,
Oh,
my
hey, Tool
God.
shirt.
Yeah, Carlos has
Oh
a Tool shirt.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm too much of a
Topical.
chicken shit to be doing DMT.
Me too. What I've sidebar, what I've heard about it is like absolutely terrifying. I don't even smoke weed anymore,
It's
so
not scary at all.
Yeah.
It also only lasts for like 10 minutes tops.
but I've heard
so-
it feels like an eternity. For some people have told me that.
Oh, it
Maybe
doesn't. To me, it was like not
Yeah.
enough.
you needed more.
Yeah. It was like as it was fading away, I was like, I'm
No.
so grateful to have this time, but
Oh, that's
Damn.
beautiful.
it is fleeting.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. Life changing.
Awesome. By the way, I'm with Carlos. I think Climax is my favorite from Gaspar Noé. But Irreversible is really close. Kind of exactly what Carlos said. It's like the rewatch value of Climax is a little bit higher, but
I mean, if I'm going like
amazing.
strictly like objective, I think Irreversible takes the cake.
yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think
But
Climax is like his most like refined. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like such a clean movie in terms of presentation. Like everything
Mhm.
about it seems so perfectly realized, and one way it feels calculated, in the same way it feels so free form.
Extremely
Yeah.
chaotic at the same time. That's why it's like this balance of both where it's so like graceful in a way. You know?
that's
Yeah.
what he's so good at. It's like making it feel like shit is like out of control, but like it is very like to the T of how he wants
Mhm.
it, you know? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then Vortex was just like incredibly somber. And sorry, I don't mean to keep talking about Gaspar, but
No, it wrecked my soul.
So for-
That movie is like it was really refreshing to see Gaspar Noé do something very subtle in terms of like presentation
mhm.
and mature in terms of like content, and but still have that Gaspar Noé effect that makes you just want to fucking kill yourself.
Yeah. He's good at that.
Yeah.
It's a good way
He's
of
my
putting it.
favorite director. He just like his movies
Yeah.
affect me in a way that like no other filmmakers do.
Yeah. He's in my top 10.
Yeah, he's in
I
my
love
top
him.
10 too.
Wow. Sweet. That's a great way to kick it off. I think spoiler alert will probably make the top 10 because no objections here.
Yeah.
I put it at 5 because I was like, it might be divisive.
No,
Not between us freaks.
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I'm fucked up already, you know. It's like what's one more fucked up movie? Let's just go clockwise. Go to Carlos next. What's your number 5?
All right. So I made a like last second switch up. Yeah.
Switcheroonie.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be, please.
And I mean, I feel really it's like one of the situations where like I feel really bad for doing this, but I just kind of had to do it.
It's coming.
But
It's coming.
my number 5 is Inglourious Bastards from Quentin Tarantino.
I thought it was gonna be Shrek.
No.
Oh.
That
Oh
was
shit.
No, I knew it was gonna be that. I knew it was gonna be Tarantino.
No,
Gonna
no.
leave Tarantino out
It's
of this
totally. It's way more justified. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
mean, Shrek's
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Shrek and Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, you want to make a switcheroo?
I'd pick Shrek personally.
Oh.
Shrek is amazing. We'll see. It might make a top 10. We'll see.
Oh my god.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah. This is my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. So if I didn't pick it now, then like I was never gonna pick any Tarantino movie for any decade, really, and
Exactly.
that just felt fucking wrong. So, yeah. I mean, I talked about Inglourious Bastards ad nauseum. I talked about it a little bit on my channel before, but yeah, it's my favorite Tarantino film. I just think he masters everything that's great about him in this film. The comedy, the character writing, the story writing, his craftsmanship in terms of bringing entire sequences to life, like the whole basement sequence in this film it's a long sequence, yet it's riveting from start to finish, and it's not even like flashy stylistically like you would expect that of like most Tarantino films. It's a very, like, for the most part, really kind of subdued scene that kind of just slowly escalates into something huge. And I mean, everything about it is so fucking good. The pacing, the acting, the character writing, the dialogue, just the overall, like, even beyond that scene, this film is just an absolute blast from start to finish. I love everything about it. I mean, I think it's like 2 hours and a half, but it just flies the fuck by. Christoph Waltz is amazing. That opening scene in this film, I really can't get enough of it. It is beautifully done in every way. And it's amazingly shot too. There's a shot in that opening scene when Shoshana is like running away, and you kind of get you see that door frame like in the darkness as Christoph Waltz character slowly walks out, and he's just like the way that his character comes in and walks out that door, like the framing of that, the lighting of that, the suggestions of that, I think it's just like so fucking fantastic. Fantastic opening scene. Honestly, one of my favorite opening scenes of all time. And yeah, I mean, this film is filled with so many memorable moments that I can't get enough of. It's just a film that, I mean, I've seen this film like at least 8 or 9 times now, and it just gets better every time. So yeah, I love it to death. Inglourious Bastards. What can I say? To me, that's Quentin Tarantino at his best. I think that Inglourious Bastards is actually a better film than Pulp Fiction, even though I think Pulp Fiction is also fantastic. But yeah,
is it? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm just memeing from last episode.
No, they're both great to me.
Yeah. I was kidding. I'm kidding. But I think Inglourious Bastards is like undisputedly one of his. You could say Pulp Fiction, but I think you have to say it's like in his top 3 films he's ever made.
I think in my ranking I have it at 4. So.
It's not among my favorites personally, but it is like among his best.
It's like at number 4 for me. But that's very like
damn it, kind of low.
Kaylan.
It's my number 2, I think. After, I don't want to say what my number 1 is, but yeah, amazing. I'll get so much hate for it.
Now you have to.
Yeah.
You already put it on.
No, I know. I set it up.
I already
my
know
number 1 is, what is it?
Jackie Brown.
Yeah, I've said it. You know, and people know.
Oh, I've never seen Jackie Brown. That's one of the.
Jackie Brown's my number 1.
There are a couple I've never seen. That's one of them. So I'm excited.
I love Jackie Brown.
I've caught a lot of shit from hardcore Tarantino fans when I say that's my favorite, but fuck them all. You know, no, but Inglourious Bastards though is a perfect film. Like on a technical level, on a screenwriting level, acting level, like it's shooting on all cylinders. So I would pick it myself too. You know, it's amazing. And like Shoshana is like one of my favorite characters she's ever written, because like she's such a badass. Like her arc from like you know, distressed Jew under a floorboards, and she turns into like owns a theater and just kills all the Nazis, the Nazi high command. It's like it's like Quentin Tarantino, like it's his dream character.
It's one of his most like satisfying films.
Yeah,
you watch it, you're like, oh, that's just what I needed. Thank you.
There's not like a flaw I could really pick apart with Inglourious Bastards, like at all. Like it's damn near perfect. But yeah, what'd you switch out if you want to reveal that?
Oh, actually, let me grab the.
Or you can do it in.
Oh yeah, hold on 1 second.
You can wait for your honorable mentions. Up to you.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it right now. So.
You motherfucker!
The one that
and what are you doing? You fucking this up.
Someone else is gonna have it. It's all right.
Dude, are you fucking this up?
That's just like my opinion.
Number 5, I had Dogville at number 5. But I feel confident that this will make the top 10 regardless of it not being in my top 5. So
I don't know.
I
don't
love this
know.
film a lot.
I think
No,
some
you don't know?
other Lars von Trier movie might butt up against it, but
Perhaps.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
the It
Lars,
has it.
this is tied at my number 1 as my favorite Lars von Trier film. I love it to death. It's really, really fucking great.
it is.
But I had to put Inglourious Basterds. I have much more time with that film, and I do think that I dislike it slightly more than Dogville. So I just kind of had to do it. But I mean, I fucking love Dogville to death. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm absolutely in love with it.
I do love Dogville. Like, I think it's like neck and neck for me for Lars von Trier's. Like my favorite.
It was my favorite movie of all time
It's
for
edged
like
out a little.
a couple years.
Wow, yeah. It was never, honestly, it was never my favorite. I love it to death, but it's like, anyway, it deserves to be in the list nonetheless. It's a
yeah. I guess
masterpiece.
there's a difference between like his best and my favorite. For
Yeah, which is everyone I've talked to has a different favorite von Trier almost. So you know, but I'm glad we have Inglourious Basterds on there because it will rectify not putting Pulp Fiction on the '90s list. So we're good. We're good with the Tarantino nuts out there. I feel like now.
You're welcome, haters.
fucking dweebs out there.
Fucking
I had some friends in real life even come up to me and get mad at me for that. It was insane.
I mean,
I got to catching shit all the time. Okay,
hard out here.
It's hard out here in these streets.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bradley Cooper said that in Licorice Pizza. Anyway, sorry, it's my number 5. I'll do mine next. I kind of switched this out too at a certain point, but it's probably my second favorite. Kind of what Kaylan was saying. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time. But like to be objective, I didn't put it super high. I just had to mention it. But it's Punch Drunk Love by Paul Thomas Anderson, which is just a movie I absolutely adore. I don't remember if I talked about this on the Comfort Movies episode or what. I feel like I've talked about it recently. But it's to me, it's like I've gone through so many waves with PTA where certain movies have gone in and out as my favorites, but Punch Drunk Love is like always teetering with Boogie Nights. Is like, I think not his masterpiece, just my personal favorite. I think we're going to get to his masterpiece later in this episode. But Punch Drunk Love is such a refreshing sort of detour for PTA, in my opinion, because like coming off of 2 really grandiose and like very emotionally draining films, it was such a great, just like heartfelt detour, I think, for him. And like to work with Adam Sandler and kind of change his trajectory too, I think was outstanding. And this movie, I think, is just lovely and just such a great love letter to like finding love in the world, and also like an amazing take on like social anxiety and like kind of trauma dealing and stuff like that. And I think this movie is kind of like really cosmic to me. Like it reaches like certain feelings I have about like my personal like issues and stuff, not to get too serious. And like this movie kind of like articulates them in really profound ways to me. And like I feel like I've heard other people say that this movie has really helped them in their lives, and I think that's really great. Because like it feels like kind of a love letter to lonely people, which, like, let's be real, a lot of us are.
Yeah.
So, but aside from this, that I just think it's like a perfectly realized movie. I think it's PTA's like kind of springboard to more artistic films later in his career. The soundtrack by John Bryant is like fucking incredible, and so like it feels like a character like looming over Adam Sandler's character the whole time. The colors in this movie are immaculate. The like kind of like mirroring, like, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but it's like Superman sort of colors, and like deliberately PTA was like making his own version of like his own like superhero movie in a way, kind of like a parody of like that sort of structure. And he's like, but it's more like finding love and overcoming your demons rather than like a Superman himself. So I think that's really deep and profound. And yeah, man, it's just one of my favorite movies. So I had to throw it on. Emily Watson is a queen. I love her. She's so good at this. Philip Seymour Hoffman, one of the greatest Phil Hoffman performances where he's barely on screen.
Yeah, I see. So good.
Just absolutely incredible. It's a movie I could literally throw on whenever, and it's I've just gotten better with age. Like it ages like such a fine, like the finest wine you can imagine. And yeah, my favorite PTA. And I hope y'all love it as much as I do, because it's one of my favorite movies.
I definitely do.
Great.
It's very personal to me. I hate to well, since I'm already starting. That movie was like a big movie between me and my ex. That was like our movie, but I'm not gonna let the falling out ruin that for me. It's too much of a great fucking film for me to just be like, oh, too many bad memories associated now. Like I still love it to death.
I'm glad you could look past that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you also brought up the score, Jake, because the score of the film is so fucking great. Like, not only is it just like so unique sounding, but the way that like PTA incorporates that into the film and makes it feel like its own personality. Like it really makes a film stand out like as its own personality because of that score. Yes. It's a character of its own, like you said, and it's so different and just it just fits really well, oddly. I can see it like for a lot of like casual viewers, they could probably think it's like really off-putting and weird. But I don't know, like even for me, honestly, like when I first watched Punch Drunk Love, like I wasn't the biggest fan of it. And even though I appreciated the score, I was like, I don't know, it's kind of off here and there. But after watching it again and again, like I'm just absolutely in love with the way the score is used in the film. I think it's fucking brilliant.
Mm-hmm. And the Shelley Duvall needle drop is like one of the best.
Oh
like,
yeah,
from Popeye, if he needs me.
Oh yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I listened to that like on my fucking Spotify or whatever.
Same here. They're like the shot of them, like kind of. It's the cover of the film, actually.
Dude, that shot makes me cry. It literally makes me cry. Yeah,
this one, and like
that
and when they kiss for the first time, and like when the camera sort of dollies in when she like grabs him from behind, it's like I fucking lose it every time.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
The scene where they like come together and you only kind of see their like silhouette, and then the background is like the actual like color palette of the film somehow. Oh my god, it's just so fucking good. Like it's just. That is like
so emotional.
That's S tier filmmaking right there.
I'm like tearing up thinking about that moment. Yeah, and it's like it comes after one of the funniest moments in the movie when he's like screaming at his sister on the phone.
I love that moment.
Stop sick of this shit. It's like so cathartic, but also like Sandler freaking out is always like it's an A+ in my book. Yeah,
give me a fucking number, I'll fucking kill you.
yeah, exactly. You know what always gets me in that movie too is when he's like testing out the products for the clients. And he fucking breaks the plunger. It's like, that's a test one. We weren't supposed to use that. Like, he doesn't even like hesitate. He's like so used to being like a people pleaser. It's just he's so good. Like, that's my favorite all time Adam Sandler performance, I think. I
think it's mine too. Even more than Uncut Gems, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like so close, but
I mean, I hate to put the two against each other, but I guess if I had to, I would say Uncut Gems, personally. I mean,
I think so too.
They're both great.
They're incomparable.
But they're both amazing. Yeah.
No, we're all wrong. It's actually Billy Madison. So
yeah, we're all fucking this up.
It's actually grown-ups too.
Dude, are you fucking
actually Ridiculous 6.
Ridiculous 6. A Do-Over is a classic.
That's one Adam Sandler masterpiece I have not seen yet.
Yeah, so that's the first of probably one of 2 PTA movies that will be on this list. Spoiler alert. But Blaire, do you want to go next?
I guess I had. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I'll go next.
Ass.
So mine is Old Boy by Park Chan-wook. Park Chan-wook has become one of my fucking new favorite directors, especially after watching Decision to Leave. Like, I thought that was amazing too, and it made me realize like every movie I've seen from this director I just love so much. And Handmaiden used to be like my undisputed favorite. Like, I've always loved Old Boy, but Handmaiden was like always unbeatable. But after rewatching Old Boy last time, I was like, God, this is even better than what I remember. Like, I already thought it was incredible, but like it has one of the best like film setups in my opinion, and also one of the best third acts that I can fucking think of. Not to mention the main performance by, I get his name mixed up, Choi Min-sik, I think, hopefully. He, to me, that is one of the best performances on film, in my opinion. He's so visceral, so deranged, and just gives it his all. That is truly like a performance of a lifetime. And obviously, Park's directing is so stylistic. Like, he's incredibly known for being a hyper stylistic director, and that film is just like completely it really sets itself apart from being like unlike anything else, in my opinion. And obviously I'm not going to mention the twists and turns the plot makes, in case you haven't seen it, but it fucking stuck with me. Like, it really gut punches you once you get to some shit in like the third act. This film to me is like riveting start to finish, and I'd be surprised if, like, there's people like Lords out there who don't at least like this movie, because I really think it's brilliant. I'm curious to know if you guys like it just as much as me, because I fucking love this movie.
I do. You know that
Old Boy.
I saw that movie I was like 15 when I saw that movie. It was back in the IMDb top 250 days when I was like going down that list, and like that movie was always really high up. But that's a movie that blew my fucking head open. Like, to watch like foreign movies, that was like the one that kind of got me. And it's, aside from that, it's like just incredible, like visceral, like you were saying, like one of a kind tonality, and just literally the third act. Like, I've never been more like awestruck and like stunned by a third act in my life.
Completely agree.
The first time you watch that,
I literally I was like in a permanent.
It's just like you're just sitting there like,
like what it makes you kind of lose faith. Like, what is life anymore, sort of feeling. But you're right.
Even
like,
the end
the performance.
Just,
oh my
god. The end shot is so fucking haunting. Like, there's no words being said. It's all like visual storytelling. But I'm like, oh my god, it's like, it's so fucked up and so
like
tragic.
How am I supposed to feel about this?
God, it's like Park Chan-wook is. We all rave about him, but like he is legit like one of the greatest working filmmakers. Bar none. Like, he's never made a film that I haven't been.
Totally.
Decision to Leave was a little mixed for. I think that movie's incredible, but
I loved it.
I love it so much.
Me too. I loved it.
It's right.
Yeah, I know. We got our detractors. It's okay.
But even like people that think that movie's like that movie, like on a technical level, like the editing in that movie.
Oh yeah,
is, like
that's editing like at its very best.
It's
like that movie is.
He's
so
like
good.
he's
Chef's
like
kiss.
When I watch a movie like that, it's like I'm like I can't even try to. Filmmakers shouldn't even try to make a movie like that perfectly constructed. Yeah,
just quit.
Especially Old Boy though, and The Handmaiden are like two like of my favorite movies ever.
Handmaiden, one of my favorite all times too.
So good.
Yeah, The Handmaiden is my favorite Park Chan-wook for sure.
I like mine too. Old Boy is like really close though.
Yeah, I do love Old Boy.
Like, I never thought about it till now, but like that is actually one of the best performances ever.
He's so great. Choi Min-sik.
Just like it's the guy from I Saw the Devil, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's the villain from I Saw the Devil.
Yeah, he's fucking crazy.
Also, just gives it his all in that movie. He's a very, great actor.
Incredible.
Who plays the villain in that movie? Because he's awesome. Also.
Yeah,
I know who you're talking about. I don't know the actor's name, unfortunately, but he's great.
His performance is just like
Yoji Tai. He was in the house that Jack built, apparently.
Oh,
really?
What?
Yeah,
interesting.
When?
I don't know.
Where?
Maybe he was in the house. Maybe
he was part of the house.
He was in the house.
He was in the shingles. Spoiler alert.
He was the Jack. The head that Jack held.
He was the house that.
He was the threshold to the house.
Oh, it's an amazing pick.
Yes.
yeah.
Is it like bringing back? And by the way, that movie's gonna have a re-release in theaters in August. So
So excited.
everyone
is
better
it?
go.
So
Everyone better go see
Mhm.
that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there gonna be a Blair? Do you know if there's gonna be like a release, like physical media for that?
I
during
have
that
to
time?
believe that it actually is going to get released by Criterion because it's literally getting the Memories of Murder treatment, and
Exactly.
Neon has a deal with Criterion. Like Neon, Criterion releases a lot of Neon films.
God damn, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
bloodbath at Barnes and Nobles to get that
A
Blu-ray.
blood-
Absolutely.
A bloodbath.
I
My
just
Barnes
love
It's gonna
and
be
Noble's are
Venom
a
2,
ghost
Let There Be
town, so
Carnage.
it's not. It's just gonna be me and Payne Raven fighting it out.
And you guys are gonna have to have
The
a
one
brawler.
yeah.
Oh man. Anyhow, I just love Park Chan Walk. Whenever someone brings him up, I just like I go on rants about how much I love this. Have you
Me
guys
too.
seen Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance? The Vengeance trilogy. I think it's like the first movie.
I've seen
I've
Lady
seen
Vengeance.
Lady Vengeance.
Me
Lady
too.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
That's a great
but
one
not
too.
Mr. Vengeance.
His first that movie's so gnarly, like it is so deranged in the best way. I highly recommend it.
Okay.
But yeah, we stand him hard in this podcast.
We still
Back around to Kaylan. What's your number
Alright.
4 film?
we got In the Mood for Love.
Ooh, yes. That's a
And
goodie.
Mood.
That's a goodie.
Mood this is just a whole mood. Like the vibes in this are immaculate. Like I really wish that I could live in like the Wong Kar-wai universe because it's
Me
like
too.
it's really too cool for me though. So I shouldn't be allowed. But the story is like involves this connection between these two people, and it's told in like such an understated way, but in a way that I think is really powerful. And it explores like that like longing and like the little moments and like what ifs between these two people that are like very drawn to each other. And I think the way it explores that is just awesome. Like this movie is so masterfully crafted in like every single aspect. The cinematography is beautiful. Like every scene is like framed to perfection. Like it's fucking beautiful. The score in this is great too. And I love the incorporation of like the music in this. It's like so haunting, like paired with like the scenes of like them individually and with his like low frame rate that he does, it like really makes you feel that like inner turmoil that they're feeling. And I just think it's so impactful. This movie affects me so much. It just cuts so deep. This is the one on my list that I've only seen once. And it's been over a year ago, so it's like the least fresh in my mind. So I'm sure like you guys could probably speak more eloquently about it than I could, but I love it so much. I think it's an incredible movie.
I agree.
Two top tier performances by Maggie Chung and Tony Long.
Tony Long, amazing. That movie is just so controlled in every aspect, like emotionally. Like I've never been so emotionally like drawn in to a love story like that. I mean, it's so obvious to say, but like it's so lavish and like perfectly constructed, like and how the timeline is so like meticulous and all over the place. My God, it's like that movie. Like I hate using the phrase cinema, but like it is such pure cinema. It's like it's at its like purest form. And yeah, the music. Oh my God, it's just eye candy and and like it will go straight to your heart. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love the way that same song is played over and over again. For the character as it shoots the characters in slow motion. Like each time that you see that song being used, it has a certain context, like in the situation for the characters and story.
Yeah.
And it's just really powerful and just like really great stylistic filmmaking.
Wong Kar-wai is so good at repetition, like kind of recontextualizing what things mean. Because like in Chunkin Express, it has like California Dreamin' playing like over and over and over again, and how it takes on. Yeah, I love that film.
The
how
leaves
it like
are brown.
Yeah, the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown.
All the leaves are brown. The way it takes on a new meaning as like their love story sort of progresses and like their lives alter and stuff. It's like so breathtaking, and he's a master. There's no doubt about it. He's a master.
I saw it in 35 millimeter, and apparently my theater thought it was like a comedy or something.
I was just about to make that joke because I remember you brought that up.
They were laughing like there's so much of it. I was like, it's not even what the fuck? It's just
that's like one of the least
What
funny
funny?
movies I could think of. Like actually, like in a
like
good way.
like everything that was like slight chuckle worthy, they treated it like it was a fucking gut busting like piece of comedy. I was like, what the fuck?
I really have no idea anything about that movie that would make me laugh out loud.
No,
in a
I
group
can't think of
other
anything.
people. Like
Nothing.
there might be some like parts of it that are like lighthearted, but like
Whimsical a little bit.
not a ha 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 laugh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. It's a shame because like once the film was over, like in the theater, I didn't feel anything emotionally. I'm like, why am I not feeling anything this time? I was like, I think it's just because the fucking audience just kept taking me out.
Yucking it up in there.
Because half the time you're probably just like shut the fuck up in your head.
Because the first time I watched it, like I was like in tears. It really like just broke me. And in theaters, I was like, didn't feel anything. I was like, this is a shame. Whatever.
This is
Yeah, I mean, I already talked about this before in a podcast, but since you brought it up, I mean, I had to bring it up again just so people know.
The weird thing about I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
The weird thing about In the Mood for Love is like, I've mentioned before. I don't know if I did it on the podcast, but I love Wong Kar-wai. All of his fucking movies, I adore. And I think In the Mood for Love is like amazing. But for some reason, when I watched it at the time, maybe I just wasn't in the mood because I wasn't in the mood for love.
You were in the mood.
but I didn't like connect all that emotionally. Like, and I don't even feel like I retained all that much. Not because it's bad, or definitely not. I don't know. I don't recall. I don't remember like a lot about the movie, and it. Like if I was gonna go from like enjoyments, like like I've enjoyed all of his movies besides this one. Like
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like his most abstract kind of distance. You know, you really have to like, it really has to capture you at a certain time. I think it is accessible, but like I've watched it, rewatched it, and like didn't get as awestruck by it at certain points. But
I think it's just like
I understand.
best.
Yeah.
But I watched Happy Together recently, and that movie like broke me.
I adore that film.
I was sobbing at the end of that movie, honestly.
That's such an underrated Wong Kar-wai movie. I mean, as underrated as it could be, because all of his movies are celebrated, but that movie's so that hit me a lot too. That film at the time, it's so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Tony Leung, baby.
He's a king.
Hell yeah. Okay. We're In the Mood for Love is your number 4. So Carlos, what's your number 4?
All right. My number 4 is a little film called Y tu mamá también from Alfonso Cuarón.
Shout out to Mike.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I know he loves this fucking movie. Yeah. This film just means so much to me. And honestly, it's been such a long time since I've rewatched it. It's been at least like 5+ years since I've seen it again. But this film really hits close to home, and it affects me in a way that not a lot of films do. It just captures this seriously deep feeling of melancholy, especially like with the way that it ends. It just feels so. In one way, it feels very life affirming, and then in another way, it feels very depressing. And it's just a very telling and nuanced exploration of friendship, of romance, of sexuality, of young adulthood, and it's just a really, really fantastic film that feels very human, and it's very culturally specific too. Me being half Mexican and my dad being from the city, there's so much of it, like in terms of the culture that I grew up with here, that it resonated a lot because it's captured incredibly accurately, in my opinion. Just the way that people talk, the slang that's used, it all just feels so like you could tell that somebody that was close to this culture made it. And yeah, it's just a fantastic film all around. Really great performances. The main actress that's in this film, I can't remember her by her name. Oh, Maribel Verdú.
Yes.
She's really, really great in this film. Gael Garcia and
Diego Luna.
Diego Luna. Everybody in this film, I mean, really, really great. And they were really young when they made this, and they fucking knocked it out of the park. Really, really great performances, and just full of just incredible scenes that really stick with you. And the direction overall is fantastic. I mean, it feels very raw and authentic. A lot of those like long take scenes that don't feel flashy at all. It all feels very purposeful and immersive. And I just really, really love it. The way it makes me feel, again, is unlike most movies that I'll ever see. And it hits really close to home, and the filmmaking is fantastic. So that's why it's not my number 4. So love it.
Yeah. That long take scene, like at the bar, like with the
God.
that's like
Wow.
Like where they dance together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
And then she like breaks the fourth wall for a second. So good.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That seems incredible.
Also just hot.
Oh yeah.
It's a sexy movie. Yeah. It's a steamy, sexy
movie. Yeah. I love it.
I want to shout out Mike again though, because I blonde about this movie just because like he was ranting about it to me one time, and I was like, because I hadn't seen it until semi recently, like a year ago. I always call Alfonso Cuarón kind of like the master of fly on the wall like filmmaking, because his movies feel so observational and sort of like really rich worlds that he constructs, and like the way he shoots stuff like feels, you're a fly on the wall. And this movie is like his most like intimate sort of like almost like feels like the most lived in world he's ever made. So like it's really a special film. And quick shout out to Children of Men. Like that was a high honorable mention for me. That's a movie that I love dearly.
That's my favorite Cuarón, personally.
Me too. Yeah, that's my favorite, and that was tough not to put in the top 5, but at least we got one of his films because he's such a master director. What's he doing now? Like, does he have a film in the work? Do you know?
I think
no idea.
I think he does have a film in the works. I don't know if it's a film or it was like a weird like mini series or something.
Yeah, he has a mini series.
Yeah.
That's kind of disappointing, but still something from Cuarón.
Could be cool.
Could be cool.
I don't know. Don't judge.
Prisoner of Azkaban, also a banger.
Oh yes, certified banger.
He's such a He's such a visual master.
I even love Gravity. I don't give a shit anybody says.
Me too. I'm
Gravity's
a big
great.
Gravity apologist.
Team Gravity.
I have not seen it since theaters, which is like a decade ago at this point. But I remember it was like really good.
I didn't even watch it in theaters. I rented it and
really
watched it in my apartment at the time, and it just captivated me so much. It was
the best ski, man.
Incredible. I loved it.
I watched it in 3D when it came out in theaters. It was so fucking good.
Me too.
I bet the 3D was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
like asteroids and pieces of fucking like space.
Oh shit! These stars! Get out of here!
Yeah, you feel like I was gonna say shrapnel coming at you. Yeah. Cool. Cuarón, the master.
Yes.
Okay. It's a great note. God, this list is gonna be fucking stacked. And I keep looking at it. Like I love all these movies, so it's gonna be tough.
Yep.
My next movie, I know is not gonna make the list for a fact because I know a lot of you guys haven't seen it, but it's a movie that just really means a lot to me. And something that I think is underrated in today's culture. But it's Ang Lee's movie Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which in its day was a very big film, like a kind of a cultural phenomenon, kind of like bringing, Hong Kong cinema to the mainstream in America. And I always respected it, but for some reason last time I went with a friend to see the re-release of the anniversary film that was played at like the Fathom event thing. And this movie just like fucking wrecked me like in every way. Like it's really known for its choreography and its action, but like at its core, it's such like an amazing coming of age story for what I'm gonna try to butcher her name. Zhang Ziyi. Just like her journey as a character. I know you guys haven't seen this, so I'll keep it short. I don't want to like gush about a movie that's like criminally underseen in my opinion, but like her journey and Michelle Yeoh and Chow Yun Fat's like budding romance, like it's such an incredible like character film on top of like such a luscious like tapestry of action and like scenery and kind of war torn China at the time, like as a period piece. Like it's just God, I wish more people would rewatch it because like it's just so luscious and beautiful and like heartfelt and like funny, and it's like it's a movie that you wouldn't think would be like hit all the emotions like possible, but like it really just hit me on every level. And Ang Lee obviously has gone down a bad path the past like decade. If you look at his filmography, even post this movie, it's a little questionable. But if you look at like The Ice Storm, if you look at
Brokeback Mountain,
of course, and Crouching Tiger, like he was a very accomplished director and a really diverse filmmaker. And I've really come to respect his work. And Crouching Tiger is just like, I was like an otherworldly experience when I watched that in the theaters, and it like shot up to like top 20 favorite movies of all time for me. And it does have mainstream appeal. It stars like Michelle Yeoh and like really famous actors, but I feel like he's pulling from people like Wong Kar-wai and Kurosawa and like all these masters. Like it feels like, you know, this postmodern generation of filmmakers like Tarantino, PTA, you know, they all pull from the masters, and like this movie felt like one of the best versions of that I've ever seen. And Michelle Yeoh, like one of the best, you know, how could you not? So I just want to implore people to rewatch that movie. That's kind of why I picked it. But yeah, that's.
I've actually never seen it.
Have you guys? Any of you guys seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
No. It's one of those that's like embarrassing that I haven't seen, honestly.
Yeah, same.
It's so like well regarded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It has the lady from Rush Hour 2, right?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like,
yeah,
she like it's one of the best performances, like underrated performances of all time.
Yeah,
like,
she's also in Memoirs of a Geisha, right?
Memoirs of a Geisha,
yeah, she's a really, really great actress.
She's great, yeah. And Michelle Yeoh is obviously great. Like, yeah, give this movie a watch if you guys ever are inclined to. It is such a rewarding experience every time I've rewatched it, and yeah. So that's my number 4. Just wanted to give as a recommendation pick.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But Blaire, you are next with your number 4. What's your number 4?
All right, my number 4 is I'm kind of continuing the trend of kind of bleak movies. I'm gonna go with 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days.
Yes.
By Christian Munji. No, man, this came out at an incredibly stacked year that I'm sure we'll hear from again, 2007.
That's right.
To be honest, to me, this is like easily one of the best films of the decade, at least. I adore movies that give me fucking anxiety out the ass, to put it bluntly. And obviously, not only more than that, this movie is like dealing with a very important topic that is like pretty fucking relevant now more than ever with Roe v. Wade, you know, being overturned. And
totally.
No, yeah, I think I really love the director for making this movie because he tells it in such a really like a matter of fact, honest way. Like you know, this is a subject that like any director can just like come at and kind of just be like preachy, even though it's like an important message. Like I like that it's not like so ham-fisted in terms of like characters saying like, oh, this wrong. It's just you're following these two characters that are put in this situation of the main character's friend trying to get an abortion, and how she has to like tiptoe and um and go through these like shady dealings basically, just to have it done, because that's like the important thing is like that even though abortions can be outlawed, women are always going to like seek abortions because or their quality of life is just really destroyed, and it's always better to have safe abortions rather than like this like black market as we see in the movie. And the whole process is just completely like anxiety inducing.
Fucking nightmare fuel.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, like that I think one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene, is literally just the scene where the main character is sitting at this dinner table with her significant other.
Yeah.
And they're just having the people around her just having this conversation like everything's normal. Meanwhile, like the character, you're just thinking about what she's thinking, and it's just like a fucking hell, like hell in their fucking mind, and just completely in despair basically. I'm rambling because it's fucking late, but no, this film is like top tier filmmaking, honestly. And I should mention that the two main actresses are like incredible as well. They're very like reserved in a way. It feels very real, this film. It's not like theatrical at all. It's very like reminiscent of like a Abbas Kiarostami or Mikhail Haneke kind of film.
Yeah.
And in a way, but not to say they're just carbon copies of each other, Yeah, incredible film. I wouldn't, what do you guys think about the movie?
Masterpiece.
It's so great.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Masterpiece.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I love it.
Also, one last thing. Shout out to Eugene, because I recommended him this film earlier this month, and he loved it, and he was pretty excited to hear me bring it up on the podcast. So yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love that film so much, dude. It's just like, I mean, I watched it only because I was trying to prep myself to make a traumatizing films list. So I thought it was just going to be like this like shock value kind of movie. Like I really didn't expect to witness such a like beautifully crafted, like artful and haunting piece of filmmaking. It's really like I was really shocked at the level of craftsmanship that I was seeing. It's just such a raw and authentic piece of filmmaking. Like you said, it just feels so, everything about it feels so fucking real. And like, there's a style to it too. It's not like a Michael Haneke style or anything like that, because they all have their own styles, but he's able to capture in a very authentic feel in his own way that I just really, really admired. And yeah, I think a film like this is super important right now, considering the social climate. But like it never felt like it was trying to shove like this like pro-choice message down your throat. It felt very fair about the way it was demonstrating everything. Like it felt like it was just demonstrating reality for what it was. It didn't feel like it was in bad faith. It felt very well-rounded. Because even with the woman character that is trying to get an abortion, even her character, like she's not made out to be like a saint either. Right.
Her friend chastises her in some scenes.
Like she's made out to be a pretty irresponsible person in a lot of ways. So I just like the way that this film was able to explore the reality in a very complex way that pretty much anybody can watch it and get something out of it without feeling like it's trying to cram something down your throat, which is something I really, really respect out of it.
Absolutely. So good. You know what? Part of I think his filmmaking's so effective too, because like he really utilizes like really, really, really long takes and really well orchestrated character moments, and like you feel like you're watching them in real time. So they kind of like, in my mind, they like, I'm watching real people, like I'm watching human beings like stripped away from all the bullshit and like just dealing with something, you know, really important. And like you said, like it's not politically driven. It's just like you're literally just you're stripped away and watching like them go through this process that's like really unjust and really unfair and seedy. He's such an underrated, masterful director. Like everything I've seen from him is like just got so emotionally resonant and so like boundary pushing on like a technical level. I talked about his new film RMN, but that movie is like really, really damn good.
I cannot wait to watch that film, dude.
Yeah, it again, like you were saying about like what you and Blaire were saying, are like so culturally, like he's always cultural, like hitting the zeitgeist like so perfectly, but not like hitting you over the head with it. Not to spoil RMN, but it's very timely, I will say. Tell Bill to call in real quick and he could talk about like the Benchwarmers or something.
Oh Jesus, no.
We just watched that. It was so good.
Oh man,
I
wish
love
was
watching
there
the
for that.
Benchwarmers.
No, it was not.
It was amazing. I
No,
love
it
That's
my
peak-
score, but I had a great time.
That's peak like brain rot cinema right there.
It's now a 2 out of 10, but it was great.
I
Yeah,
can't
it's a
even get
horrible
down
movie.
with
It's-
it in the brain rot.
The greatest character of all time is Carlos in that movie. It's just like
Gus
Yeah.
Bus.
chef's
Bus.
kiss.
Oh yeah, Carlos and the Benchwarmers.
I am 12.
I am 12.
Oh God.
Yep. He's got documentation.
That scene like feels like Adam Sandler racism, you know. Just like
You know
this
what's amazing
Dominican-
about that scene is that he's a Dominican character and they're playing a Puerto Rican song behind.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the whole thing feels like they should have been arrested for shooting that scene.
Yeah.
On the
Bill
spot.
agrees, I'm sure.
Deport him.
Rob
Oh, yeah.
God, I wish we could get Rob Schneider deported. God damn.
Oh God.
He's like he always plays an
Or after
immigrant.
this
You know?
fucking
Whose dick do I
just
have to
throw
suck
him
to
into
get this
space.
man deported?
throw him into the sun.
We're not
Gus
recording.
Bus.
That's on the
You can't deport
Gus
Gus
Bus.
Bus.
Yeah, he's Gus Bus.
Gus Bus.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Put
I want to watch
Gus
that movie.
Bus on
now.
a bus and get him.
No,
the fuck
you
out.
don't. You fucking don't.
I've seen it like 1,000 times already.
Me
so-
too.
Me too.
I've seen it too
When I was a
many times.
kid, like every sleepover I had, we would watch it.
Yeah, same.
Your
Same.
sleepovers were trash.
They were no debating that.
I want my own midget. Here you go.
I want a little man too.
Yeah. It's like, here you go. Just hands him a random fucking dwarf.
That movie weirdly alludes to like all of the jock characters are like gay. Like there's like such an undertone
Yeah.
where they all like fucking each other like when they're not on screen. It's just peak cinema right there.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
go that far.
No.
It seems like a stretch to me.
Yeah.
No.
A
The
female
hot rod.
a female didn't like the
Oh.
Benchwarmers. I'm shocked.
Hot
Is
rod.
that a lady thing? I don't think it's. I think it's just
No, I was gonna
a
say,
taste
like,
thing. A taste
I've never
thing.
met any like woman who's like, I fucking love the Benchwarmers. Like, that doesn't exist. There's no way.
I've never met a person that loved the Benchwarmers until this chat. Strangely,
I don't love
the
the
chat that I
Benchwarmers.
joined
No,
with
we're
the
ironic.
Kino Lords.
It's so funny to fuck on.
I love it.
It
I don't
is.
care. I love it.
Uh.
Like, I just think it's a good movie.
Solid 3 out of 5. You know.
Okay. Well,
Well, about time to hit the old dusted trail.
All right. We should get back
well,
to
it's been fun. Yep.
whatever the fuck we're doing.
Wait, where even are we?
Kaylan's up next, and she's
Oh,
going to talk
me?
about the Benchwarmers.
Yep.
Yes.
My favorite movie, The Benchwarmers.
What's your number 3 though?
We got Antichrist,
Yes.
aka the first Criterion that I ever bought. So it's very special. Love Lars von Trier. We love a controversial king. It's also another like disturbing movie, which I have a type. I don't know what to tell you. It's about like a couple that go into the woods to work on their relationship and themselves, and they're like dealing with this like grief and guilt from this like tragic event that happened to them. But like within that framework, it explores so many different ideas of like human nature, and like sexuality and mental health and like gender roles, and like the power dynamics and relationships, and a bunch of other things I'm sure I'm leaving out.
That's right.
But like it's really like so layered, and it's like exploration of like ideas. And the movie itself is so atmospheric, and so like tension building. Like the whole time it's building this like sense of dread, that I think makes like the payoff worth it when like shit really pops off at the end. But I actually think, yes, shit pops off. But I think like the buildup is actually like more disturbing to me than like actually seeing like the like disturbing shit that happens. And like the lead performances in this movie are incredible. Willem Dafoe, Charlotte Gainsbourg, they gave it their all. Very fearless performances. They were willing to do like all of it. It's just like incredible. It really is. This movie is like incredibly shot. It is beautiful, like especially like a lot of the shots like in the forest and a lot of like those slow motion shots. It's just delicious filmmaking. It really
the
is.
Animals,
it's so good.
Yeah.
Chaos reigns, baby.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
dope.
no, to me this is Lars von Trier like at his best, personally.
Yeah,
my opinion.
I agree.
That's just like my opinion. But no, I think this is him like banging on all cylinders. I think this is like his most refined like filmmaking. And I think yeah, I don't know. I think this is like his most like profound like messaging in his film too. I just love it so much. I think it's a perfect movie.
Yep.
Totally.
I'm right there with you.
Again, as I said earlier, Antichrist and Dogville are my favorite Von Trier films. At this point, I really cannot pick one. Like, rarely, usually I have the guts to just go with one, but with Lars von Trier, those two are just like neck and neck. I really cannot choose. So yeah, I fucking love Antichrist. I love it so much. I love how dark it is, not only thematically, but like aesthetically speaking. There's just like a darkness to it that I just can't get enough of. Especially those like really like there's a few shots in this film where you get like this really like slow motion shot of the woods, like this like wide shot of the woods, like really dark. The color grading is really dark, and you see like this figure in the woods walking really slowly. That shit is just like fucking, oh my god, it's like surreal and it's nightmarish, and I don't know, just the way that he's able to capture shit like that. I'm telling you, that's like shit that I just feel like no other filmmaker, at least off the top of my head, like is able to capture that kind of vibe. At least in this day and age. He's just, I don't know. I just think he's such a fucking talented filmmaker, and the way that he's able to explore like anxiety, especially anxiety.
Oh my
in the film.
god, yes,
For sure.
Those like there are scenes of the visual like depictions of anxiety in that film are so visceral and realistic.
It's triggering, honestly.
It is. It's like so effective. Wow, yeah, that shit's incredible, and with the sound design too. Incredible.
Yeah, like you get like these close-up shots of someone's shoulder and their neck, and like the sweat, and like with the sound design and like the voiceover and like the lighting. It was just like, ugh. Like it's just like it's depicted so well that it made me like literally have a panic attack, like on the edge of having a panic attack.
Yes, it is. It's so realistic. It's wild.
Really, really great shit, dude. It's just, I really fucking love, and I just love like how the film just explores the chaotic essence of nature and how that like intertwines with our human nature, and the way that we try to cope with the world around us. It's just, man, such a fucking great movie. I really, really love it a lot.
Same.
I love cock
Also-
and ball torture. This is a great film.
Cock and ball torture.
Also, like the first scene of the whole movie, I know has like a mixed reception, but I think it's like peak, you know.
Yep.
And it's
Oh,
very
God,
Lars
yeah.
von Trier. So I get if you're like not into his shit that you would like roll your eyes at it, but God, I love it. I think it's like brings a tear to your eye. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I cry
both.
every time.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say like both Blaire and I, we both like agreed that the opening scene is so fucking good that it just brings a tear to your eye. Like
Without fail.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
And it doesn't even make you cry because like of like the story situation, even though it is sad. It just makes you cry because it's just so fucking beautifully crafted.
yes.
Mhm, literally. Yeah.
Like you just cry, you're like, oh, this is art. This is just like fucking
This is hard.
yeah.
I noticed somebody who probably especially hates this movie. That might sound like the most pretentious thing on earth, but no, it's true. I fucking cry without fail every time.
Yeah,
So
it gives me
good.
chills and makes me cry. It's just so good. Oh man, I'm glad we all on the same page on that one.
Yeah.
Big Spinny eerily silent.
No,
Yeah,
no,
unless
no. I to be honest, like I've only seen the movie once, so I don't
Mm.
have like as strong of a reading, but I did really love it when I saw it.
Watch it again.
I
It's
will watch
definitely
it
one of
again.
those that like with like multiple watches, it really like you like gain a lot from it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It was like it might be his like most dense movie. So it was like I needed to well, I watched Carlos's video on it, I think too, to help at the time. It wasn't like hard to, see what he was going for. I think it was just like it was a tough watch when I saw it. So it was like I haven't gone back to it, but I probably should because every time I've revisited one of his movies, it kind of shot up to like a masterpiece. So
Every time I watch it, it gets better and better. Like it's really perfect to me. I think it's
yeah.
must see masterpiece.
The way you said, like
Yes.
it is him firing on like all cylinders, Von Trier, and kind of everything he's sort of been like interested in as a filmmaker kind of culminated in that movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, Willem's dick is pretty cinematic, I must say.
He be swinging.
He be swinging. I was talking with a friend of mine. We were going over like the most like tense movie moments of all time, and I brought up when I think Charlotte Gainsbourg had just attacked him, for lack of a better word, and then he's like kind of holed up in this like little tree, like I don't know what you call it, like a cave underneath like a bunch of dirt in the middle of the woods
With the bird.
Yep.
Yeah, the bird scene. That's a better way to say it. And that movie, that part straight up gave me like a panic attack, and
Yeah,
I
that's
always,
intense.
it's very like the final like
When
20
shit
minutes.
pops off in that third act, it is intense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, and the reputation really was building up like the most fucked up thing possible, but like
Yeah.
it really kind of one of the most like deranged things I've ever seen on screen.
Yeah. It definitely
But
doesn't disappoint. Like it really does go there.
Mhm. But it's so beautiful, like you guys are saying, like the slow motion stuff and the way he intertwines nature is so like it's breathtaking stuff.
Yeah, that bird scene, I think on the
Criterion, there's like a special feature where it shows you how they filmed that, and it's just incredible what they did.
No, for real.
Yeah.
I have
gotta
to check
watch
that out. That was very next level filmmaking. How they, I don't know how
Yeah.
they did that. Yeah.
They filmed that like in a studio. They had to go to a studio and like construct like a type of
Mhm.
ditch thing, and I think they got a real crow too, like for a lot of it. So
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah.
No
I mean, there
crows
was-
were harmed in the
yeah, the crow wasn't harmed or anything, but like it was it was just interesting to see like how they had it, like even though they didn't like harm the crow, like Defoe had to get up close and personal with the crow basically, which is really cool.
Willem loves getting buried. You think about the lighthouse too, like all timer
Yeah.
burial scene right there.
Mhm.
he's like one of my favorite actors. I love him
Yep,
so much.
me
Me
too.
too.
He's
Same
amazing.
here.
Yeah.
He showed up in Asteroid City the other day. I'm like, well, Willem's the goat. He's the
Oh.
goat, of course,
I
no
didn't know he
question.
was in that.
Everyone's in it. I was like,
That's
everyone-
true. I have looked at the cast list like a little bit, and it's just everyone. You could
yeah,
but
it's astounding. Not to go on a Wes Anderson rant.
Wes Anderson do be doing that.
He'd be doing different. He's doing it different. Yeah.
He's different.
That
Robert Altman style.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Robert Altman.
Robert Altman. Anyhow, I think you're next, right, Carlos?
I think so.
Yes, sir.
All right. So my number 3, I'm going with another Mexican filmmaker. And this film was not made in Mexico. It was made in Spain, but it is called Pan's Labyrinth. This film is one of like the earliest, it was actually one of the earlier exposures that I had to like genuine like peak cinema. And I think I watched it like a year after it came out. I think I was like 14 or 13 or something like that. And it just fucking blew me away, dude. This film was just like, I was not prepared at all for like what I was going to see. And I just remember after watching the movie for the first time, I was just like obsessed with it. I was like, wow, I didn't know films like this really existed. And it's just, I mean, in every single way, it's just fucking masterful. One thing that I really respect out of it is that it's really accessible. You could pretty much put this on with anybody and they're going to love it. Even somebody who's not even huge in a film, you could show this movie to somebody who's only seen like one movie their whole life and they'll fucking love this movie.
Like the Benchwarmers.
Nope, not like that at all.
Just like
Absolutely
the
not.
Benchwarmers, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, it's a really fucking fantastic film. It blends fantasy storytelling with like historical drama, with family drama, with coming of age story, with fairy tale story filmmaking and everything. It just feels so grand, so substantive, so deep, so entertaining, yet in some ways really frightening. It's just it's and pretty much every single way I could think of it is just like filmmaking at its best. Maribel Verdú, who's also in Y Tu Mamá También, is also in Pan's Labyrinth, and she's also really great in Pan's Labyrinth.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah, she's
That's
the
awesome.
she's the one that plays the maid.
I
Mercedes.
remember seeing.
Wow, that blew
Pan's
my
Labyrinth.
mind. Yeah. Oh man.
I remember seeing Pan's Labyrinth and being like, "Oh shit, it's the girl from fucking Mi Tu Mamá También."
Yep,
Yeah,
and she kills it, dude.
She is good.
really
Yeah.
Even the young girl actress, she's really really good in the film too.
She is, yeah.
I mean, and don't even give me the prop work and like the practical effects work, just so good. But yeah, and everybody knows it's the creepy ass fucking frightening scene with the creature with the eyeballs on its hands. Yeah, so good. So yeah, film is just fucking masterful in every way, and it's one that's really near and dear to my heart as well. So yeah, Pan's Labyrinth, love it to death. That's why it's number 3.
I agree with that. Everything you said, it's such a perfect film. And like, I kind of rewatched all of Guillermo's films last year, and like a lot of them are so similar in what he depicts, like kind of like wartime coming of age stories, and like kind of mirroring that with like ghost stories or fantastical stuff like that. And Pan's Labyrinth is really like the best version of what he's like set out to do as a filmmaker, in my opinion. And like just visually, that movie is like rich beyond like I can even comprehend. Like the visuals of that movie are absolutely crazy. And I always remember there's a scene, I don't know if you remember, there's like a war scene in that movie on a hill.
Yeah,
That's just shot so viscerally. Like it feels like you're watching, like, I don't know, like just you're all of a sudden like one of the most visceral battle scenes I've ever seen. And it's like the movie really has everything in it. Like it's just such a perfectly calculated film, and probably I would say his masterpiece.
Yeah, I think he said he lost like 80 pounds making the movie.
Holy
wow.
shit.
Yeah.
I could see why. It's there on film, you know.
He said he was like his heart and soul was into it like every hour of every single day for like 2 or 3 months. It was just like, it's a lot.
Yeah. That is the film that kind of elevated him to like, master status in a way. Like people looked at him differently after that came out, I think. Yeah. Because like before that, he was like making action movies and, Hellboy and stuff. And that was like, holy shit. Like, I do love The Devil's Backbone quite a bit. I think it's a really good movie, but yeah.
Yes, I own it. It's good.
It's definitely kind of like a precursor to Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's very similar. It's like, I mean, not to like devalue the Devil's Backbone, but it does feel like it feels like Pan's Labyrinth is, I don't say the better version of that because they're still different, but it is like, it's like it's an elevated, like realized craft to it, I guess, because the Devil's Backbone, it has that kind of same element to where you have like real life drama and history mixed in with like a fantasy type thing going on. But Pan's Labyrinth, it just, to me personally, it feels so much more complex, so much more diverse. And overall, like I think it just works better. Even like the frightening elements work better.
Totally, yeah.
But The Devil's Backbone is still a good movie.
I enjoyed it, yeah. I enjoyed Kronos too a lot. But yeah, they're not on the same level as Pan's, he kind of like built up to it in a way. What is as good as Pan's,
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a great pick because it's high on my honorable mentions for sure. Two great I'm glad we gained representation of Mexican filmmakers too on this list, Very nice, very nice. I'll do my number 3 next. Unfortunately I don't have a Blu-ray or DVD of it. But we were talking about Von Trier, and my favorite Von Trier movie is Dancer in the Dark, starring Bjork. And this was like, I believe, my first Von Trier film, that or Melancholia, I remember, but I just think that movie is one of the most devastating films I've ever seen. There's like no way around it. And I feel like stylistically, it's my favorite thing he's ever done on a personal level. Cause like, I think the Dogma 95 kind of influence on that film is just so perfect for what he's doing. Telling a very stripped away, like version of the American dream in a way, the most devastating version you could possibly think of. And the way that movie escalates, like I've never been like fucked around like from a movie like in my life watching that movie. And like Bjork's performance, I know there's controversy between their relationship on set. I'm certainly never gonna defend Lars von Trier as a person, but the outcome of that film is just undeniable in my opinion. Just such a devastating portrait just of loss and yearning for like a better life, which is something he's always kind of portrayed, and like depression and female repression and stuff like that. Like just has so much, and the musical sequences are just absolutely gorgeous. And in a weird way, I find that movie very comforting and relatable at times. And it kind of has helped me through a lot of things in my life. But please release a Blu-ray soon of it. I need a good release, something. So yeah, it needs anything. Yeah. But yeah, that's my personal favorite Von Trier, and I think and if you were to ask me objectively, I do also would say it's like maybe his best film. But it's like we said, like he has so many masterpieces, but that just happens to be my favorite. And yeah, that's really it.
I love Dancer in the Dark. It's so good.
I think it's pretty good.
I'll be talking about. I mean, I'll have a chance to bring up Dancer in the Dark.
Oh, nice.
I think that's one of our duplicates right there.
Yeah, we have a couple.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll let you talk more about it. And it's hard for me to even like, it's one of those movies that's hard for me to kind of talk about, even to kind of, because it makes me feel things that are hard to like even describe, but just like the way that movie culminates is just like unparalleled in how emotional it makes me feel. But yeah, I love it. Oh, Carlos just his camera just
My
turned
bad.
off.
Lumix.
I think my
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored by Lumix.
I think my battery is Dunzo.
Toast is toast.
It's toast.
You take a quick breather then. Replace that. Or
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Should Blaire start for time's sake?
I mean, I don't mind. I'll be here.
You want to get okay, Blaire? Do you want to
Lumix?
keep going?
Sure.
Let's just keep it going.
Okay.
Rolling.
So, number 3, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So my number 3 is another film from 2007, actually, No Country for Old Men by the Coen brothers. Yeah, this is hands down my favorite Coen brothers. It's not even fucking close. I'm sorry. I think this film is utterly brilliant. Probably one of my favorite screenplays ever, and hands down one of my favorite performances on film from Javier Bardem playing Anton Chigurh. I love a really great villain, and not only is Anton Chigurh one of my favorite movie villains, he's one of my favorite villains in any medium. Such a fucking compelling character who the film is kind of like kind of centered around his like philosophy of this like randomness or perceived randomness. And yeah, every scene that he's in just completely steals the show. Like it's like some of my favorite scenes of any fucking movie out there. Like the infamous coin scene and the whole like the scene when he's like searching for the main character like in that shitty motel is just so fucking intense. And also the second scene that he's trying to find, where he's trying to like scout him out in the nicer hotel, like the scene with the door where he's like trying to feel him out if like Anton Chigurh is near the door. That scene just completely has me so tensed up. And God, not only like the tension, but the cinematography is really fucking incredible.
Deakins.
Yeah, Deakins. I mean, he's known for a lot of movies, but to me, like, I remember when I first watched that movie, I was like, wow, like he manages to make like rural fucking shithole Texas look incredible. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything like else notable that I should add. No, I honestly, I'm kind of running on fumes. I feel like this film fires on all cylinders. Yeah.
I feel like I want to give up. Done.
No.
I will add probably my favorite, like,
You got some kind of square?
come on, Carlos.
You got some kind of
How do you even
Am I in focus now? I can't even tell.
But
No.
yeah, no, I mean, no, you're
Stop.
blurry and you also have some kind of square.
What about now?
Let me
Am I still
No,
blurry?
you're blurry as fuck. You
You're
could be
blurry.
more blurry.
blurry.
You're
Looks like you
blurry
rubbed
as
Vaseline
shit, dude.
on
Blurry.
it.
Hell.
Why do you keep
Blurry
touching it
as
like that
hell.
square?
Blurry as hell.
You blurry as hell, bruh. It's like you get the square out, please.
I can't.
Ruben Ostlund over here.
The square is canon. I can't do anything about it.
You have
can't
never
have
been
that.
more blurry.
I'm still blurry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
Blurry.
god. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. I don't know which way to tilt it.
Oh,
This guy-
you're
this guy-
clear now. You're clear.
Clear?
Yeah.
Every
you're
time you
clear.
touch the camera, the square shows up.
You got some kind of.
You got some-
Oh no! How did you make yourself blurry again? You were clear.
No, you're
For a
fine.
second.
You're.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Yeah, no,
I can't tell
it's
anymore.
passable.
I can't tell it.
Hold on. One more little tweet.
You were like, you were in it, and then you overcorrect. No, now you're
Dude,
the
that made it
blurriest you've
worse.
ever been.
Really?
It's the worst it's ever been.
That's the worst it's ever been.
I think it's good now, right?
Okay, it's better. Yep.
You're good minus the square.
It'll go away, I think,
like-
eventually.
When that
Yeah.
happened- When that happened the
There
first
we
time,
are.
it was like I thought my brain was like playing tricks on me. So like I
It's
literally
like
thought,
it's like fucking Skinamarink vibes.
yes, I was just
right
saying, like
there.
Yeah.
The
A little bit.
Buffalo 66 vibes. But yeah.
you're
All right.
spanning time
There's-
over there.
For some
Spending
reason,
time.
when I adjust the fucking like focus thing on my
Yeah,
camera,
yeah.
there's some kind of square pops up. I don't.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men. Who gives a fucking shit? It's a good movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add my
Oh,
favorite sound design in any film ever, because there's no score and there's like this ominous sort of tonality for that movie, and just I like, I'm probably like an ending that frustrates so many people, but I think it's so brilliant. Like
I love the ending. Yeah.
No, yeah, I like the ending too.
it's kind of this bleak, thesis on everything that you just saw. Like it's R.I.P. Cormac McCarthy too. He just passed away, and that's
Yeah.
a brilliant book. And he was a good writer. He's a great writer.
I need to watch
I
it
kind of want
again.
to read it.
It's amazing because like you see how they adapted everything. It's like it's a great read. Yeah.
Yeah,
McCar-
you need to watch it again, Carlos. It's fucking masterful.
Do you not love it? You don't love No Country for Straight Men?
No, no, I do love it. I do love it. I just don't love it as much, I guess, as everybody else. But I do love the movie. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it from start to finish for like 7 or 8 years, I think.
That's
You
insane.
know what? I'm actually kind of there with you. And I thought rewatching it would like make me like, but I just rewatched it like a few months ago. And
Yeah.
I
That's
still
gonna be
like,
my next real pick.
I think it's great, but it's not like mind blowing great to me. I don't know.
I mean, that's the way I felt about it. Like I remember watching it being like, oh, that was a great movie. But like I would, in my head, I would put like Fargo above that in terms of like Coen Brothers.
No.
I would as well. Yeah.
That's gonna be my next real pick. Is No Country. We're
That'd be-
changing this.
Oh, that'd be
Big
dope.
Lebowski
Yeah.
over everything always.
Yes. Hell
I mean,
yeah.
we had both of those on our 90s list. Like I love all those, but I think No Country, I'm with Blair. I think it's not far behind those for me.
It's ahead for me. So
No, I mean like
Well,
they're my favorite. They're my
I thought
favorite.
I thought you were with me, but
They're my favorite directors of all time. I am with you. They're my favorite directors. It's
Okay.
like it's so hard to rank them.
no, for sure. I mean, not for me, but I understand.
Like, yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Mind games, you know. I don't know.
Anyhow, so I'm surprising. I thought that'd be like an undisputed, like that makes the list, but fuck me, I guess.
no, I think it should make the list. I think I am like the hot take usually. I just have Carlos here as well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
Usually, in the grand scheme,
The
of
last
things, I
three
am not.
picks, like it Dancer in the Dark, you're like, it's pretty good. But
It's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
It's
Oh.
fine.
It good.
Okay. I'm with you. I'll be standing up for that film. Kaylani, can you go next?
Yep, that's my name.
Sorry, that was
Don't wear it out. Hi, we have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, nice. Nice.
This has been one of my favorite movies for the longest time. I've loved this ever since the first time I watched it when I was like in high school. And it really just holds up. And like no matter how many times I've seen it, it never fails to emotionally wreck me. Like I've never finished this movie and not been like pouring tears down my face. Like it just cuts me deep every single time. The concept here is like a little bit out there, like the idea of like this process that can like eliminate people from your memories, but within that it creates one of the most realistic depictions of like love and loss and like the highs and lows in a relationship, and like all those like little details that would seem like insignificant to an outside observer, but for like the people in that relationship, it's like everything. Which I think is like a lot to do with the writing. This is one of my favorite screenplays of all time. I think it's brilliant. And I love the way that like the concept of memories is explored here, like visually, and then also like the way we're delivered information in like the non-linear way that we are told the story. Like we're shown these little like blips of their like time together, and it's like up to us to like use like context clues to figure out like at which point in their relationship it comes from. I think this is so like creatively crafted, and it really just like holds a special place in my heart. I don't know. I think I'm too emotionally close to this movie to even talk about it objectively. Like I just love it so much.
No, yeah. I think objectively speaking as well, though, I think it's beloved by so many people. And yeah, one of the greatest like portraits of love and loss, and like that person in your life that's like so complex to your like, you know, what the movie's about.
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
It's so
I don't
That movie hit. That
It's
movie hit
fucking
really
great.
fucking hard when I saw it.
yeah, there've been times when I've watched that movie and it like completely wrecked me at the certain points in my life. And
That was
Charlie-
like one of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just about to say Charlie Kaufman's script, I agree, is like the most intricately brilliant things ever put to screen. And I love it. I love it too.
That was one of my earliest exposures to like art house filmmaking.
Same.
I saw it when I was
Same.
like I had to be like 7th grade or something.
Me
7th
too, yeah.
or 8th grade.
Middle
I s-
school.
Yeah, and I was like I was just scrolling through like what was playing on HBO, and they were playing that, and I was like, couldn't even believe I was watching. I was like, what the fuck is this? I never see anything that was. I was never like exposed to anything that was even like constructed or presented in this way. I was just like that was like one of the earlier examples of like me realizing that like films like this even exist. And then the fact that it had Jim Carrey in it, I was like, this is like things started to click. I'm like, okay, these films exist. Not only do these films exist, but like well-known actors are part of these projects, and that's like again one of like the earlier stepping stones of me like trying to, you know, dive a little bit further into the rabbit hole of like learning that, you know, all kinds of different unique pieces of filmmaking exist that aren't part of the mainstream. But yeah, I love the film a lot. It's so fucking trippy and surreal and emotionally heavy, and I just love it. Like in terms of presentation, you can't really, it's really hard to compare it to anything else.
Yeah, no. Maybe other Charlie Kaufman films
Yeah.
in certain ways, but like that's why he's like one of a kind, like artist. You know, to like embarrass. That was like my favorite movie when I was like in middle school, and my old like bio on Tumblr was like Kirsten Dunst's like quote in that film, which I forgot exactly what it was, but when she's talking about what the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind basically is. So yeah, that movie's meant a lot to me for a long time as well. So I'm glad it's being talked about today.
I watched the movie in theaters with Perry for the first time last year, and it was a very memorable experience. It emotionally wrecked me because I was fresh out of a life-changing relationship.
That's when it hits the
that'll get
hardest.
ya.
Yeah,
it'll
it'll,
fucking get ya.
it'll creep up. on
Literally
you.
couldn't speak after
I would
that
love
experience.
to watch that in theaters. That would be
That would be
incredible. Except for
awesome,
like
yeah.
the walk out. It would just be like, don't look at me.
Yeah. Everyone just like
Yeah, Perry was
Just,
like
like,
trying to talk to
snotting.
me. He's like, Perry was like trying to talk to me like about the movie, and I just couldn't. Like
You were
not
having-
enough- right,
You're having like non-flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
Well,
cat.
honor. Seriously.
Yeah.
it does, because that movie is like fragmented sort of memories.
Yeah,
you know?
it is like
That, like,
flashbacks.
Quite literally, like each of them are so relatable. You could like place yourself in like certain
Mhm.
situations like that.
Yep.
So I've been there.
It hits close to home.
goddamn, the ending when they're like in her apartment and at the end is like so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I love Kate Winslet in that movie too. She's such
I just
incredible.
love her in general.
I love. Yeah,
I was gonna say I just love Kate Winslet.
I do too. Yeah, no.
She makes any movie better, honestly.
Truly, yeah.
She does. Yeah. She's great. That's a dynamite pick right there.
Oh yeah.
Carlos.
Number 2 time.
Numero 2.
All right.
Okay.
So I do not have a copy of this on DVD or the Blu-ray because of the fact that it does not have a good release on DVD or Blu-ray, which is a shame because it really should. I am talking about Cache, which is written and directed by Michael Haneke or Michael Haneke, depending on however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, Cache is. I mean, this is another film that I've talked about a lot on my channel. I don't have a review for it, but I have a scene analysis on it where I talk about the most fucking devastating and traumatizing scene of the movie. But that film it sticks with you in such a harrowing way that not many films do. And one thing that I love about it so much is that it accomplishes a way to traumatize you and have such a deep effect on you in a very disturbing, lingering way without really going overboard with anything. Like, it's a very subtle, minimal piece of filmmaking, and it's just the way that context is established and the way that it's built between characters, that when we get like the biggest scene of the film, it just wrecks you in a way that is almost indescribable. And it's just because of the way that particular scene is shot, because it's very minimal and it feels, again, very real and authentic. Like you're peeking in on something that you shouldn't be watching. And just the way that he builds context, the way that he explores class, the way that he explores racism, privilege, and the humanistic urge to not tell the truth and be dishonest with yourself and with others, to not take accountability. It's just like, I don't know, he explores that incredibly well. And again, also combining themes of class and racism in ways that I think is very, very compelling. Cache, just such a fantastic piece of filmmaking. Again, there's a lot of like long stationary takes, but it has that minimal style that has such a good payoff with its presentation because it makes it feel so authentic and real. Julie Binoche is in the film. She's fantastic. And and the ending is just like, it's like that is how you go about shooting a very interpretive ending in a way that's really effective, in a way that just gets audiences thinking and discussing what the hell they just saw and what they think about what the ending shot actually means. Cache is my favorite Michael Haneke film, and I just love it to death. I love it in every single way. To me, it's perfect. It's a 10 out of 10 must-see masterpiece.
Agree. Fantastic.
Thank you.
I sadly haven't seen it yet.
Man,
that's the only film today we're gonna talk about. And I think I haven't seen, but it's been so high on my list. I will get to it.
It's probably in my top 25. Fucking adored Cache.
Same.
Yeah.
It would have definitely been in my list, but I was like, I know it's gonna be on somebody else.
Yeah, I know Carlos is gonna take it. That's fine.
Jake, you definitely need to get on it ASAP, dude. That's a film that film's gonna rock your fucking world, dude.
I'm ready to get rocked, baby.
Hell yeah.
I love Mikel Haneke's movies. Huge fan. So I think it's because it's so hard to find. That's why I haven't watched it. Like I might have to go be a pirate, and grab it somewhere.
That is true. I got a $3 DVD from like a random video store.
Yeah, maybe I'll go hunt for it. But yeah, it's like I don't know where you'd watch it, so I'll
Yeah.
I'll go seek it out for sure.
I think I rented it from my library the first time I watched it, actually.
Ooh, I should go to the
So
library.
that's always an option.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The fucking library just has cachet. The fuck?
Yeah, they have the best movies, like the most obscure movies you can't
They
find
do,
anywhere
yeah.
else. Library has them.
So I can just go to my local library and rent cachet.
No, because
Yeah.
Georgia fucking doesn't have that shit. Probably.
No, I mean if Missouri has it, like that's like the only place I could find the city I live in also.
That's
Libraries
crazy.
have obscure movies. Like I
And
remember
happiness.
Yeah.
That's where I watched that.
They have a
movie
lot
too,
of obscure
from
stuff.
my library. And I Stand Alone by Gaspar Noé. Like they have the most
That's-
obscure shit.
That's hard to find too. Damn.
Mhm.
Nice
I'll go to
height.
Mo.
If
I
you're
like that
struggling to
color.
find shit, go to your library.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going.
Do it.
I might go tomorrow. Yeah, I might find cash there.
Cat in the Hat.
Ash.
Get that.
I
Better
just
than
picture
Cachet.
cachet. You know, like in the library, they have all those like reading circles for kids, and like you see just cachets, like all the teachers just talking about. It's like in the kids section. Anyway, that's your number 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. I will go next. I believe this is going to start a train of other people talking about this movie because it's so on the nose, but it's like, how could I not pick it? Mulholland Drive by David Lynch is my pick for number 2. What hasn't been said at this point? You know, it's one of the greatest films I think of the century and maybe of all time. It has such lasting power in the cinematic, you know, archives of America, and people just rediscover it over and over. And what kind of Carlos was saying about Eternal Sunshine, like that was definitely a window for me about, you know, art house filmmaking at a really young age. Shout out to my dad because he actually showed me that movie when I was like 15 and kind of expressed, you know, interest in films. And that was like, ever since then has been like one of my favorite films ever made. And like having lived in Los Angeles, this movie really has taken on a new meaning and a new, you know, kind of extra layers of what Lynch was exploring in this film, you know, having been around this, you know, the culture of LA and, you know, what it's, you know, the pitfalls and the underbelly of it all. And I think like genuinely some of the most profoundly scary and like haunting moments ever captured on film in this movie. You know, people talk about the diner scene and the ending with, you know, in the apartment and everything. I think it's just David Lynch's, you know, it may not be, I mean, it is a lot of people's favorites, but you know, everyone has a different David Lynch that they go for. But if I'm like truly honest, like it has to be his masterpiece. It just like it's everything he's ever, you know, tried to achieve in one, you know, package that kind of transcended art house cinema and became like just a movie that other people, I've shown that movie to people that don't love art house cinema and they just absolutely took so much away from it. And I've taken so much away from this movie, having rewatched it over the years. Like every time I watch it, I get like a new perspective on what it means and what he's saying. And it's so interpretive. And yeah, it's just the perfect film. And like, I think it defines the 2000s in a really particular way, which directors were just getting more like, you know, out there with what they were doing. They were just like, they weren't afraid to just kind of let the audience sort of interpret what their films mean without being, you know, ham-fisted. And that was a movie that just crossed barriers. And I think one of the best films ever made. I don't think that's really controversial. Just so damn good.
Yep. Fucking
Must-see
fantastic film.
masterpiece.
It's not my favorite David Lynch. That would be Eraserhead, but Mulholland Drive is a very, very close second.
I think it's his best film, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, your Eraserhead is like, you know, you can't really dispute. And we talked about Blue Velvet, and he's really had a lot of spots on these lists so far. And Mulholland Drive is just, yeah, it's always been the one for me. Just everything about it, I love. So,
Yeah,
That's
it's just like it's a very like, I mean, you can't perfectly construct a surreal interpretive nightmare in the way that like in a better way.
Yeah.
David Lynch is just so fucking great at that, and to me, he's like that is like the best kind of again the best kind of interpretive surreal nightmare film you'll ever get. It's the creme de la creme, and that scene that no I Banda. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god, that's such a fucking good scene. Yeah, I don't want to go into too detail for people who haven't seen it, but that scene in particular, the way it explores like the illusion of sound design and stuff is just like so fucking great.
Absolutely. That's it. Yeah. Blaire, do you want to go?
Yeah. Mine number 2 is from my favorite director of all time, brought up earlier, Mikhail Haneke's The Piano Teacher. I know I've said a bunch of times like all-time favorite performance, but Isabelle Huppert and in The Piano Teacher is my all-time favorite performance, full stop. Any film. Yeah. Her character Erica has like so much fucking depth and layers, and the way that Isabelle portrays her is like unlike anything I've seen in any film. It's like it's a very disturbing film, but obviously it's not disturbing in the sense that like Antichrist is, because it's not very graphic. It's a character study film that deals with a very sexually fuck, I can't think of the word, like repressed. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, very sexually repressed and deeply disturbed character who has a lot of like trauma, especially dealing with her mom. And yeah, there's a lot of like very disturbing like implications in this character. And like I don't know, I've heard people complain about this movie about like how information is like purposefully restricted from you, but I really like that. I like the whole aspect of the movie that like that you have to like infer a lot of things about this character and her thought processes, in a sense. And like, you know, she is like obviously a piano teacher, but that is not what the film is about at all. Like, I don't really want to, like, I'm not trying to ruin the experience, but like it's kind of like deceivingly straightforward at first, but then you just like slowly uncover this like, you know, fucking deep psychological trauma basically. And the movie ends like in such a fucking devastating like and in such a devastating way. Like the third act, there's something that happens in the third act that's completely abhorrent and will forever haunt me. And yeah, I can't recommend The Piano Teacher enough, because I think it's directed to perfection, and Isabelle just acts the hell out of the movie. Yeah, I love it.
Totally. That's my personal favorite Mikhail Haneke movie I've seen. So
yeah,
I think it's my personal favorite too. Yeah,
it's like neck and neck, that and Cachet, honestly.
Me too.
Like, they're so great.
I haven't seen The Piano Teacher in like 5 years. I gotta give that another watch.
You gotta re-up.
Re-up on that shit. I meant to buy it on the Criterion sale always, just because it's like a knockout performance, and just so, like you said, you can just, there's so much to interpret for their character. It's like so rich. I've always meant to go back. It's just so damn good. I would venture to say one of the greatest performances we've talked about today. Definitely. Okay.
Sure.
All right. No, that's a great pick. We are on number ones now. So what do we say always? It's fucking spice time.
Spit. Spicy time.
Throw a little habanero on that shit. What's your number one?
My number one is, you're gonna see a familiar face here, Mulholland Drive.
Oh shit.
Oh, nice.
I really have always felt inadequate talking about this movie because it's just very hard to explain in the first place. But I mean, I don't think there's anything more I could add really that you haven't said already.
Hence why I was so bad at explaining it, because I was like, what do I say about
I don't
this?
even know where to start. I didn't even make notes for this one. I have a whole thing of notes and I didn't make notes for this one. I was just like, nope. Like David Lynch this is really David Lynch at peak David Lynch.
Yeah.
Like he's doing
it's a fucking psychological nightmare jigsaw piece of basically exploring like a lot of the dastardly things of Hollywood and what that does to people's psyche in a way.
Oh yeah. It's like the seedy underbelly of Hollywood and like the impacts that has on like the mind of people who actually get sucked into it.
Yep.
For sure. Kind of like a damnation on that culture, almost like like a cautionary tale in a certain way of an age-old, like classic Hollywood sort of archetypal, actress coming from a small town.
It's just like a shitstorm of competition and envy and people that get sucked into that and fall into that horrible trap. Just it can downward spiral really quickly.
And like bad power dynamics and people taking advantage of people. It's just
it's fucking amazing stuff. What was the what's her name? Rebecca Del Rios, Silencio, just like one of
that's my favorite scene of the movie.
Me too. I forgot to mention that.
It's fucking perfect. I don't. It's so good.
It's just like emotionally just gut wrenching. Like you feel every ounce of like despair within the characters at that moment. Just can't say enough.
And that's like the turning point too, to where like shit's like making sense at that, like up until that, and then like it gets all twisted after that.
Absolutely. What were you saying?
Mulholland Drive to me is like to me the scariest like non-horror movie out there.
Sure.
Because like the ending to me is like terrifying. I don't know. Yeah. I've heard some people say it's silly. It's like, yeah, it's fine.
No, it's terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's like the way everything culminates in that movie. Like whenever I have a nightmare, I like really vivid ones. I like that was like a Mulholland Drive moment where it's like you're interpreting things that have happened to you or like certain like horrific moments in your life, and they feel so vivid. And like the moment, like when she's at that Hollywood dinner party, it's like that feels like
it's like a weird fucking fever dream.
Like, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of that scene in Lost Highway with the fucking guy and the phone.
I love that scene so much.
Yeah,
Lost Highway is like fucked up. Like
I
love
it's amazing. Yeah.
I wasn't even the biggest fan of Lost Highway. I mean, I do like it. I gave it a 7, but like that scene with the man, the cell phone, the beginning that we get, that is fucking 10 out of 10 scene. I love it so much.
Yeah, so great.
Do you guys like Inland Empire?
I love
Inland Empire.
I wrote that down as a
Me too.
Like an extra at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of a good companion piece, almost with Mulholland Drive. Like they could, almost the same route of like fever dream that Lynch, Hollywood story.
But that's like almost most like abstract.
It is at bananas. Yeah.
When I watched Inland Empire, I couldn't fucking believe this was a movie, and like how anybody like likes this movie. And it's funny because I was loving the movie, but I was like, the fuck? I don't know. It's 3 hours of this shit, but I was loving it.
I adore it so much.
I saw that one in theaters like last year.
I saw it in theaters too. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, let's go.
That got the most walkouts. I had like a David Lynch retrospective in college, and that by far got the most walkouts. I remember, like people were so over. like I can't handle this.
But I actually get it, but like I love it.
No, I adore it. Yeah, I was in for it. Anyhow, that makes the list. That's on the list because that's your number one film. So,
Hell yeah.
Carlos, I'm dying to know what's your number one. That wasn't sarcastic. I was genuine.
Okay. All right. Number one film is There Will Be Blood. Written and directed by Parent Teachers Association. Yeah, this is Paul Thomas Anderson at his very finest. Not only do I think this is his best film and the best film of the 2000s, but I think that this is genuinely one of the best films ever crafted. Like personally, I would put this like in a top 20 or top 25 objective best films ever made. That's how brilliant I think this film is. And I know that it's made in the 2000s, so it hasn't had like the most time to sit, but I'm sorry. Like, I think that this film in every single way, not only is it perfectly crafted in terms of just like the aesthetics and direction, and everything like that, and the score and all that, but just the way that it explores everything thematically with Daniel Day-Lewis's character, Daniel Plainview, who is just this. I mean, in a lot of ways, he's just like a scammy businessman. And in other ways, he could be a good father to his son, and then another way, he is like the worst father to his son. And then like, I just love I love the way that this film explores the relationship between capitalism and religion in America, because you have Daniel Day-Lewis's character, who is obviously like this, I mean, in a lot of ways represents capitalism in every form. And then you have Paul Dano's character, who represents religion in like every form. And the kind of like power dynamic battle that both of these characters have throughout the film is so subtle, but so fucking compelling. I just think, honestly, like their dynamic is one of the most compelling character dynamics in any film ever, because thematically speaking, it just is so dense and is so substantive, and I just love it dearly. And yeah, and the fucking the oil rig scene where they strike oil is just, oh my god, that is such a beautifully directed, beautifully acted, and just like well constructed scene with the use of score. There is so unique and different.
Yeah. Johnny Greenwood.
Yeah, that score, dude. I was like, I watched this film when I was like in 8th grade, I want to say, and even in 8th grade, I saw it and I was like, this is a must-see masterpiece. And it's a very mature. I mean, even to me today, I'm kind of shocked that I really loved it even at that time. Because like even at that time, I was still like not even hating like Transformers movies. I was still like enjoy that, and I would think that was like good movies. So like for me to watch that, for me to watch Transformers and think that's good, and then also watch There Will Be Blood and think that's a masterpiece, to me, it like shocks my mind to even like fathom that. But yeah, this film is just like, when at the time when I watched it when I was in 8th grade, that oil rig scene and the way that score was used, I was just like blown away. Like I was just like, it's one of those things where I'm like, it's so unorthodox, especially for me, like witnessing that for the first time, but I just couldn't look away. Like it was just like so absorbing. And again, like one of those early like stepping stones of me being exposed to films like that, where I realized, damn, this is just like so artful and so creative and unique and just so powerful. And yeah, I mean, fucking Daniel Day-Lewis in this film, he gives, I mean, again, arguably one of the best performances of all time. Really, really, really great, this film. I mean, I don't even know how he was able to pull it off. He is just so fucking convincing, as this character. But anyway, yeah, I don't want to go on for too long, but I just fucking love it dearly. It's a film that I really, really want to see on the big screen someday, and hopefully I get to do that. But yeah, I love it to death. It is my favorite film of the 2000s, and to me, one of the best films ever made. Like really high up there as like one of the objective best films ever made. I will fight to the death on that one.
You know what, Carlos?
I will not fight you.
Yeah, I fuck with you a lot with No Country and There Will Be Blood, but I actually agree. I think
Yes.
There Will Be Blood is like one of the best films ever made, and it's not even controversial to say that Daniel Day-Lewis in the movie is like one of the greatest performances of all time. Like,
Yes.
No.
that's like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah,
So fucking
that's
good.
absolutely true.
Yeah.
And
I
Paul
still
Thomas
like No Country
Anderson.
more though.
And Paul Thomas Anderson hasn't made any other movie that is like this one. Like not even close. It's just like it's so crazy that like he was like his filmmaking, I mean his filmography is so diverse.
Mhm.
But then you have other films like Boogie Nights and like Licorice Pizza and maybe like Hard Eight where you can kind of like get where and even like Magnolia, there's kind of like some similarities between those, but then you have something like There Will Be Blood, or like There Will Be Blood is like a whole different fucking animal that's nothing like anything he's made, and he still hasn't made anything like that. Maybe like Phantom Thread, I guess, but
That's still very different.
Yeah, they are very different, but yeah, they're more on the same wavelength, I think.
I remember someone in the Discord put it perfectly, where it was like coked out PTA versus stoned PTA.
Yeah, Mitchie has like a whole classification for the different,
which is like honestly perfect because it was like the different, you know, he's like that. Those coked out kind of ensemble pieces versus these really moody kind of character pieces that like breathe, and there's so much like subtext to them. I definitely could see what he's saying. But no, yeah, I agree. Like that's one of the greatest films. Like I always call it like one of the greatest American films ever made because it's so about, you know, birth of capitalism and, you know, its relationship to faith and government and all that. Like it's one of the most like ambitiously told movies I've ever seen because like it tackles so much, but it's yet so simple and so like it articulates everything perfectly. And like all in the essence of Daniel Day-Lewis's performance and just like the filmmaking, and like it's just astounding what it's like one of the most accomplished movies I could truly think of. And to mention No Country, like the fact that they were filming in the same place at the same time is pretty insane.
So cool to me. That's awesome.
Like, that's two of the greatest films, in my opinion, two of the greatest films of the decade.
Too.
So yeah. Insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's a perfect film to me. It's one of my all-time favorites. I think it's one of like the greatest films. I'm also representing
the shirt. Yeah, that's a dope. That's a great shirt.
Thank you.
You know, probably one of my favorite scenes in that movie, or like is aside from the oil rig scene, is the church scene when he's confessing and he's like the baptism, I guess you'd call it. That's like some of the best acting you'll ever see.
It is.
It's Daniel Day-Lewis doing like a million different emotions, like guilt and anger and like even like comedy. Like the way he's like, I laugh at that scene, but I also like cry. It's like it's every emotion like going through his face.
Yep.
At such a high level of like anxiety, like it's just insane, that scene, and the way that it's like one long take that slowly zooms out. It's I think out or in, I forget. But yeah,
I have a scene analysis on that scene actually.
Oh really?
Yep.
Okay, check it out.
To me, honestly, I don't like. I mean, I'm not one to let's say, oh, my work is great, but that is like one video that I will stand by. To me, that is like the best video I've ever made. Still, all the other stuff I'm like, you can throw in the trash, but that one is good.
Give me the blood, Lord.
Just give me the blood, Lord.
I love that, like he's like working on a whole nother level, but then Paul Dano is also like matching him, and that like that's just like masterclass of acting there. It's wild.
One of the few actors to like match his energy. Like I guess Vicky Creeps in Phantom Thread is pretty damn great too. Like Paul Dano's like it's pretty great. He matched it. Yeah. Until the end when he gets like completely outbested and like one-sided sort of.
Got his milkshake drink.
Got his milkshake just completely sucked out of him for sure. that's a movie. The best I could say, like, it's a movie that makes me like just love movies more. You know, every time I watch it, it's like as cliche as that sounds, but it's like movies are the best, and like this is the best possible representation of what a masterpiece is. Like at least one of them, you know, like you said,
For
top
sure.
20, top 20.
I would like you to tell me that God is a false prophet. No, I want you to tell me that you're a false prophet.
And God is a superstition. God. I think that movie's like hella funny. Like I laugh at that movie a lot.
Yeah.
It's
just imagine this is your church, Eli. Okay.
You sniveling ass. I love bowling alleys. But some of the best scenes of all time have happened in bowling alleys.
Right?
If you think
Yeah.
about it. We talk about Buffalo 66 and
Yep.
Big Lebowski. There's something to that.
That's
I
what
also
Tina
really
was
love.
born.
I also really love that first scene we get between Daniel and Paul when Daniel is like trying to offer to buy their land, but in a very like scammy way by saying he just wants to hunt quail there or whatever.
Yeah.
But like Paul like sniffs that he's just trying to scam him, and he's aware of like the oil they have. So like they have this really awkward, intense exchange for each other. It's just a really great way to like establish what their dynamic will be for the rest of the film.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like so beautifully done. That actually is like one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It's just like really, really great.
You know what confused me for a long time was that Paul Dano plays two characters in that movie. Do you know what I'm talking about? So he plays Eli, and then the other one's Paul, right? And then like
forget that.
It was so confusing the first time. I was like, wait, why is he now like he was like a capitalist freak, and now he's like he's a preacher. I was like, what's happening?
Yeah, when I first saw it when I was like in 8th grade, I just the whole movie I just thought they were the same person.
Yeah, me too. I was like, and then later you read on IMDb, it's like, oh, he's two characters. Yeah. Which
is great because like I love when Daniel sees Paul for the first time, like when he's like out like with his son, like whatever, and then you see Paul, he's like bringing him wood or something, and he's just like he just stares at him for such a long time. He's like, like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? Like in his mind, he's like, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? And then he realizes, oh,
there's some. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No,
I was gonna say there's some amazing like gazing in this movie.
Yeah,
of like just him giving people death stares, like when they're eating in the restaurant in the saloon, and with his son after he's like got him back after abandoning him. And he stares at that group of guys for like, it's so unnerving.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying. Anyway, yeah, just the performance. There's so much to talk about, but oh God. Was that it? Any more There Will Be Blood anecdotes?
I mean, I could talk about this fucking
we got to cut ourselves
for the sake
off.
of time. Let's go ahead and move on.
all right, that's fair. My brother and John actually did a whole episode about it like a few weeks ago. So if you want to, we've talked about it so much on this channel, but you know, there is that much you could really discuss. So, check it out. All right, I'll do my number one, which, you know, a little anticlimactic after talking about that film, but, I'll hold it up. I think it's number one. I think it's my number one. I'll stand by it. Wendy and Lucy by Kelly Reichardt.
I respect that.
It's my number one film of the 2000s. Very on the nose for me, right? This movie has just been so important to me the past few years.
I love how much you love Kelly Reichardt.
I don't know what it is. It's just something. She's truly become like my, you know, top 5 favorite directors, if not, you know, top 3 at this point. You know, slice of life cinema really has become like my favorite, you know, kind of subgenre in films. And this was like, when I saw this film, it just like everything kind of clicked. You know, this is like this style, this aesthetic, this kind of like approach to filmmaking was like truly my, you know, what my taste is. And if you've seen Kelly's films, you know, she's a very somber, she's a very caring and like elegant kind of figure in cinema, and makes really, really subtle and very, you know, but, you know, very rich characters at the same time. You know, her outlook on life is just very particular, like the way she captures everyday life. And I think Wendy and Lucy is the perfect balance between like her subtle filmmaking, but also very like, in the context of the movie, a very devastating portrait of loneliness and kind of like codependency and like this there's so much to this film. I think I mean, granted, I've seen it more than most people, but like just in Michelle Williams' performance and like this kind of docu style of filmmaking, like it really just really becomes like a really rich tapestry to talk about like America, like the financial crisis that was just about to happen, like, you know, and kind of this portrait of America that we usually don't see, like these kind of like dead end towns that you like aren't portrayed on film as much, like almost like Gummo or something like that, in a way. And Michelle Williams in this movie, just like, that was definitely a big step for her in this. Like, kind of got her, like you were saying, with like huge actors making like kind of avant-garde experimental stuff like this. She was kind of stepping into that realm, and she's like so fucking good in this movie. There's so much said with like very little dialogue, honestly. And yeah, it's the movie. Like I've said this a million times, but this movie just means so much to my love of film, my love of Kelly Reichardt, and if anyone asks for film recommendations, this is always like at the high point of like my recommendations list. And I just want to say I miss my dog so much whenever I think about this movie. And you know, dogs are the shit. So yeah, if you haven't seen Kelly Reichardt's movies, like start with Wendy and Lucy. Like I'm just so happy, like all of you guys in the Discord and all of you guys watching, like have like explored her films, because like a few years ago, like they weren't on Criterion, they were so hard to find. Like I felt like I was alone just like adoring her films, but like ever since they've gotten more of a release and like more people have talked about them, like I think people have celebrated her work more, so I'm just really happy about that. And please, Criterion release of Wendy and Lucy someday. That's it. It's
dude.
My love.
I fucking love Wendy and Lucy. I love Kelly Reichardt a lot. I think I've seen 3 of her films at this point. I love all of the films that I've seen from her. Honestly, I think Certain Women might be my favorite.
It's incredible.
Certain Women is a phenomenal film. I love that film to death. Mm-hmm. But Wendy and Lucy is another just phenomenal emotional film. Heartbreaking in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Just so effective. I love, everybody who knows me knows that I am a sucker for like subtle, powerful filmmaking. And Kelly Reichardt fits that description like better than any I can really think of right now. Very, very subtle with her approach to filmmaking, yet you just feel every ounce of weight that her films offer. And yeah, I'm glad you picked that, dude. I really love her. Like, I feel like if I watch more of her films, like she might be like my favorite. She might be my favorite female filmmaker.
I love that.
Yeah, I watched this very recently. And this is definitely my favorite of hers that I've seen. And I do love everything that I've seen from her, but this fucking wrecked me. I was not okay at all after this. It just hit so hard.
Yeah,
it's so good. It's just so
I'm
good.
I'm glad that that Jake loves this movie so much and is bringing it up, because I just stumbled on this movie like during a pandemic, and honestly none of my friends, nobody in like the Discord had like even heard of this movie from what I understood. So when I watched it, I like fell in love with it and started like raving about it to everybody. And I'm glad I got a handful of people to watch it because it's so good. I love Michelle Williams. I love Kelly Reichardt, and I love the Pacific Northwest and dogs.
Exactly.
And
I was gonna mention the Oregon part is definitely fits your love of film too. Like
this movie is honestly Blaire core. It's Jake and Blaire core. Yeah,
I'm just so glad you guys all like her, because like she's such a deep cut. You know, you can't ask anyone on the street; they would have no idea who the hell I'm talking about. But you guys, you know, gave her a chance, so that's just great. Like she's honestly, like, again, she was so underground. Like when I discovered her, no one knew who the hell she was. So, yeah, as much as I could praise her name, I'll always bring her up on this podcast. Yeah, that's my number one. So, Blaire, you're our last you're finishing us off here. What's your number one?
Okay. Well, since the movie it has been brought up, I won't linger on it too heavily. But my number one is "Dancer in the Dark" by Lars von Trier.
Yes.
So on it. Okay, so it's interesting because Lars von Trier, don't give a shit about him as a person, but his films I fucking adore. And Bjork herself, she's probably my favorite musical artist of all time. I fucking adore her music. And I remember like I'd heard about Dancer for a long fucking time, didn't know anything about it. And then, fucking watching it automatically became one of my favorite things ever because once
No,
damn it.
I've seen it all. I have seen the trees. I have seen the willow leaves dancing in the breeze. I've seen.
Oh, really?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
dang.
You're
Okay,
back.
well, I'm not gonna appear on camera because like I said, my phone's dead. So okay.
I'll just make a
Chill.
note. Okay, it's just so people know that Blaire's phone died. So that's why you don't see her
It's a death.
anymore. So phone is
Okay.
dead. I just
Well,
want to explain it so it's not like weird. Okay.
Okay. So Dance in the Dark. Like I said, I'm not gonna harp on it too much. I think Bjork is fucking incredible in this movie. I love how she obviously hasn't been in too many movies, but with this film, she fucking gave a powerhouse of her performance. Incredibly devastating is like, such an understatement. Even though this movie literally is like almost nonstop misery, I do think like those musical sequences are like so crucial for her character because like those are her, reliefs of like fucking reality and her escape. And honestly, I do think that's like pretty beautiful how like in the midst of all this fucking horror in her life, she can have this like break and escape and daydreaming like her life as like this musical, like Hollywood musical. And I think that like because she's so selfless in the fact that like she wants to like get this surgery money for her kid is like genuinely like really beautiful. And yeah, I love her character so much because of how selfless she is and everything she has to endure. I don't know, kind of makes her like this like I don't know if this is the right word, but like martyr figure. And obviously like the way this kind of like small town shit is like presented in the film, kind of reminiscent of Dogville, and how like everybody turns on her is kind of like a critique of like the American dream. And lastly, I'll just say that I love the way this film is presented. It literally looks like fucking shit, but that's kind of the point. Dogma 95 is
Love it.
a really interesting movement. I love this movie. It's fucking brilliant. I don't care what anybody says. It's a contender for my favorite film of all time, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, It's in my top 5, so.
Oh, nice.
Everything I mean, I love what you said about the martyrdom of her character is such a great way to put it, because it's like, which is something Von Trier does a lot, but like in Dancer in the Dark, it really feels ground level in a way, not as abstract as Dogville, which I love Dogville, but like the Dogma 95 makes it feel like you're watching like a documentary of like his sensibilities and her journey as a character. It's really fucking insane that it exists. Honestly, I just love it too. So
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear there's like people who love this movie as well, because I know some people are either underwhelmed or fucking despise this movie. Shout out to Tommy.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
No, I love Tommy. Besides this bad take. Just joking.
I love him in spite of this.
It's definitely not a movie that you could be like in between about, though. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
I see.
Carlos. I know you might be, but like,
No, I like it.
I think that's rare. Well, like if you're just like, I feel like a lot of people are like masterpiece or like horrid, you know,
Mhm.
and but yeah.
No, I think it's. I mean, I'll say it's a great movie. I think I'd give it like a soft 8. So
Got you. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's making the list. I'm psyched for that.
Me too.
Ew, yeah.
Anyway, so let's do the thing. Let's do the top 10 of the
Oh,
2000s.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hot button issue.
It actually be my easier than we think because
It's
because we
gonna be
agree
tricky.
so much on this.
That's
No,
true. Yeah.
but there's just so many movies. I think
That's
it's
true.
Like,
yeah,
we're
we're gonna try to shove them all in.
Yeah,
that's
we're
the
gonna agree on
problem,
too
man.
much. That's the thing.
That's
yeah,
the
you're
thing.
right. Yeah.
I'm like looking at it. It's like I want to star all of them at you know at a certain point, but I think this just might be my opinion, but we have 3 Von Trier films that we mentioned. I think we have to only do 2 if that's fair. You know,
I think
All
that's
right.
totally fair.
Yeah,
that's
I,
totally
even,
fair.
I even like would understand doing 1.
Me
to be
too.
honest.
I would too, but
Yeah.
like I feel like people might be upset because Dancer in the Dark makes it automatically, and like
Yeah,
I would hate to shut
Oh,
out
I
anti.
see.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
No, we can. I guess we.
I mean-
that bridge when it comes.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through the films and then figure it out?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. I have a bunch of honorables too that I kind of want to talk about after that.
Yeah,
really
I have a
quickly,
list of them.
There's too
Just
many.
fire out, but it's really like, do we want to add more to this? next
No,
film?
I mean, no, that's what I'm saying.
At this
But
hour.
I'm just saying Shrek is right there, so we can't.
Hey
ignore
now,
it.
Deserves
you're
to
an
be
all-star.
mentioned.
Stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop.
I
Coming.
don't stop coming and they don't stop coming.
I feel like this brain rot kind of caters to Shrek, so maybe it might just get on there. You
Yeah.
never know.
I'm literally thinking of the
It gets hard, but your
video
head gets dumb.
where they replaced the dog doing the fucking trials with the Shrek.
Oh
You guys
my
know what the
God,
fuck I'm talking
yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
That's
Yeah. fuck.
literally on my mind right now.
Oh
My dog
yeah.
is scratching at the door.
All right. Let's do this. We'll go through Kaylan's first. God damn, I could star all 5 of these movies. Mulholland Drive automatically makes it in. Irreversible.
Oh, I say yes.
God,
God, I
this is,
say yes to.
I do too. I'll say yes too. God, I don't. In the Mood for Love. How can you say that's like not one of the best? But like I
It
don't know if I could
seems
say.
like- I mean,
I think in comparison with some that we have, I don't know. Put an asterisk.
All right. I mean, it's like it's just so good.
Yeah.
The next one, Antichrist. It's like Antichrist versus Dogville. So which one do you guys want?
We'll just put Antichrist because Dogville didn't even make my list. So
All right. So that's for sure gonna be on there. You think?
I think that's
no, you
fair.
can put a star. I mean, there's a lot of things to go through. Just put a star.
Asterix.
Put a star.
Uh-huh.
I'll asterisk it.
Put a star.
Eternal Sunshine. Asterix or no? Or just a flat no? I love that movie so much.
Personally, probably not. Even though I do. Love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. I'll probably say no.
I think it's
I
like
love
it's just a very personal movie, so I totally understand it.
No, but like
Like,
totally could be on like the top 20, you know, like
Yeah.
it's loved by many. I guess that's a no then, unfortunately. But
Yeah. that makes sense.
all right. Carlos's list, There Will Be Blood obviously makes it. Inglourious Bastards. I would say I'm like halfway to a yes.
No.
Yeah, I didn't have hope for that one making anything.
I'm not all the way there.
It shouldn't. I don't think it's like. It don't like it doesn't deserve it, but I think it's like. I can't say it's better than In the Mood for Love, or you know.
No,
You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
better than the
Yeah.
Benchwarmers, that's for sure.
Get the fuck out of
I was
Not
laughing
even as a joke.
when Kaylan was talking about Antichrist. I kept thinking of like, what if like Gus Bus just drove by like in the middle of that movie?
and gave a beef stew.
That's so random.
I know. What the fuck?
Well, we were talking about it right before she brought up Antichrist, so it was like fresh in my brain.
That's funny.
Gus Bus drives by.
Antichrist would have been a lot better.
Like
yeah.
you know, during the beginning cold open when you see the outside, you just see
Cold open.
Gus Bus come.
Imagine you get the Happy Madison logo and then Antichrist starts playing.
The golf swing. Oh god.
You get that like song.
Yeah. The Happy Madison logo is in black and white though.
Mhm.
Exactly.
In slow mo, it's
So
a
you
slow
guys know
motion
what
golf swing.
you know where I'm
Yeah.
coming from with that one.
Terrific.
Perfect.
It's not the guy, it's Lars von Trier. Terrific.
Yeah.
Terrific. Oh hell no.
Okay.
Oh hell.
Oh hell no. So Glorious Bastard is a no.
No, I guess not.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Dude, I
Yeah.
was
This is what happens nearly a dog. Bro.
Y tu mama tambien.
I want to say yeah,
I
actually.
say
Yes.
yeah. I say
That's a
yeah.
yes.
E2 Mama Tambian.
I'm not like automatic yes, but I can get on board
I
with the
mean-
yes.
Yeah. I mean at least give it a star.
At least give it
Let's give it
a
a star.
It deserves to
Uh,
be discussed.
star.
No doubt, yeah. Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh yes, come on, guys.
No.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, Pan's
I would
Labyrinth
say,
needs to make it.
I would say there's just a lot of movies. It's
Pan's
just
Labyrinth's
like-
a benchmark of cinema. Come on, guys.
We're not
I
going to
feel
narrow
like-
this down at all. We're going to have a list of like 30.
I feel like- there's only 20 movies though, Kayla.
yeah. Well,
But
we
it's
have
not-
honorable mentions.
exactly. Yeah,
I have 6 of those.
You right. I feel like it's Pans versus E2 Mama Tambien. I think we got to pick one of those two.
Fucking
It's one of my
Pans.
también.
I would
Pans.
say Pans.
I don't like pans.
What?
I don't know.
What?
I don't
You
know.
don't you don't like frying pans?
No, they suck.
They do suck. Yeah, you're right.
Questionable.
Fuck
Questionable
Pan
take.
Slimer.
Yeah.
I like a good skillet
I
though.
love them both.
Let's just
I like both
Oh.
pans.
no, seriously though. Like
I
what?
like pans
I'll
and
get-
skillets.
Serious. Eat
I
some
like-
también.
No
Fans
pans.
who all cookware.
No.
I vote pans over E2 Mama También. What do you
I'm
think?
gonna
Kayla?
asterisk both of these because like this is crazy. I can't
think
choose.
I think pans deserves to be there for sure. But I don't think we should rule out Eat Mama.
All right, I'll
Thank you.
asterisk that. Okay,
But what's next? Cachet?
Cachet. Yeah, I haven't seen
Yep,
it, so
That's
no,
a hard yes,
Fuck
No.
yes.
I got no
hard
dog in
yes.
this bitch. Okay,
as the
Yes.
saying goes.
Yeah.
right.
Comedy said.
I got no bitch in this dog.
sorry. That's just that got to me. Punch Drunk Love.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, thank God. I thought you guys were like, no, there will
No,
be
can't.
dogs already there.
I will never go against Punch Drunk Love.
No, I love it. The only reason I would be hesitant is just like having multiples.
That's true.
There were two. I think is good. We had two Coen Brothers movies last time. Remember?
Okay.
That's true.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yes.
Put a star for now.
I'll put a star. I think it makes it because the rest of the movies, Mulholland Drive automatically makes it for me because of Kaylan's pick. Wendy and Lucy automatically makes it. Dancer in the Dark automatically makes it because of Blair. And Crouching Tiger doesn't make it because none of you guys have seen it. So
Oh yeah.
I feel like you guys got to give me Punch Drunk Love there. I think that's only fair.
That's true. Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you very much. Blair's List is tough because I would star all of 5 of these movies personally. Old Boy.
I mean, I'd
Old
say yes, of course,
Boy.
but
I do love the old boy.
Let me read
Wait.
the rest, the other 4, because like maybe we could do process of like,
Elimination.
yeah, but
Yeah.
because like 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days, No Country and Piano Teacher are the other 4.
Ooh.
I do think No
that's
Country
fucking
deserves
tough.
to be there.
I do too.
Which
I don't-
one?
No Country.
No Country.
I think No Country and 4 months would be my. God, dude.
yeah, I
What was
honestly
it?
kind of agree.
What was it? 4 months? I would
Old
say
Boy.
I love piano teacher. Well,
I would
Old Boy.
put 4 months. 4 months and
Old Boy.
and No Country over Old Boy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I think I agree. Yeah.
I just want I honestly just want Park just to be on the list, but I guess I could
know.
agree.
I
with
knew that one was going to be the hardest to fight for, so
Piano Teacher is a no-go, or I would say yeah. I'd say yes to all four, but I'm just trying to like.
Well, we
Yeah.
have it's either Cachet or Piano Teacher.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
guess
that's a good
Wait, we don't have
point,
to do
yeah.
that. We don't have to be either or, right?
We don't have to, but
We're gonna have like duplicates of 3 different directors if we
Yeah,
do
you're
that,
right.
you know.
I mean, we got to start whittling down.
Yeah.
let's.
What's like the automatic yes? Like 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days.
I think No Country is the automatic yes.
Even you really?
I mean, I know it's not for me because I would put 4 months.
I
over
know,
No Country.
I
Well, I'm
agree
saying,
with
like, what's
you,
your
even though
automatic?
I'm like the least hot on that one, I think, but I think it deserves to be there.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
if
No Country.
Like if I'm trying to be fair as possible, I think No Country probably
All right.
deserves
My
to be there.
objective.
I
Yes.
agree with that. I agree. And Piano Teacher and Old Boy are no-goes then?
I guess
And
not.
then-
That's tough.
I mean, I was on board with that. I gotta count these after this too, so we can hold off on those. I'll asterisk those. But 4 months is a yes or no?
I say
forget.
yes to that because I mean I think that's a
Of course, I absolutely say
I think,
yes.
yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay, let me give me a brief moment to count these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 10 exactly right now. Do you want me to read them?
Oh well. Yes.
There Will Be Blood, Cachet, Pan's Labyrinth, Wendy and Lucy, Punch Drunk Love, Mulholland Drive, Irreversible, Dancer in the Dark, No Country, and 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. I mean, that's a pretty damn
That's
like
such a
solid
good
list.
City.
I don't
Did
have
anyone-
Shrek though.
Yeah,
I'm dead ass.
Shrek.
No, I'm dead ass too. I'm like,
I mean, I would have gave Shrek a 10, but it's like a strong 8. Maybe
Yeah.
soft 9.
hey
even.
now, you're an all.
Am I rock star?
Rock star.
I do love
It's
we-
not as
we
funny
gotta-
as I took it.
we gotta be like
very sleepy.
we gotta be
Sleepy.
analytical about this though. Like if we kick off one of these films for Shrek,
No,
Well,
I'm
I
not.
wouldn't do that.
Look, kick out Pan's Labyrinth for Shrek. I'd be fine with that.
Okay. Listen.
Why do you hate Pan's Labyrinth so much?
Listen.
I don't. It's just
yeah, what
not-
happened with that?
I don't.
No,
You've been-
I mean,
you've
I
been
would. I
dogging
wouldn't
them.
kick them out for Shrek. No.
I just don't think it's as good as Shrek.
Would I kick them out for Freddy?
Hey,
Got
Carlos,
Fingered? Maybe.
Hey,
Ooh, that's a real debate right there.
I'd kick
Must
out
see.
most.
Carlos, you have to
movies
be
here for
objective.
Freddy.
Like, is Shrek better than Pan's Labyrinth?
It is not.
Oh,
Shrek isn't better than Pan's Labyrinth. I'm
you
sorry.
just fucked yourself.
That's the correct answer. No.
Just fucked yourself.
Nope.
You just fucked yourself.
Let's do honorable mentions real quick. If anything stands out, then we will consider it. But I don't know.
Yeah, probably not at this point.
You want to go first, Kaylan?
Yeah, I'll just blow through them. Well, I already revealed one, which is Freddy Got Fingered, must see masterpiece. Synecdoche, New York.
That's also on my
Donnie-
list.
Donnie Darko.
Fuck yeah.
I was so
Miss-
surprised that wasn't on your list. By the way,
I know it was. It
I was
a
waiting
close
for
one, but I
that.
was like,
Wow.
I don't
This-
think that would like hit with everyone.
That's
I think it's a
Kaylan
very
core,
like
right?
personal. Yeah, it's a very personal pick.
I love Donnie
um,
Darko. Yeah.
Me too. Mysterious
yeah.
Skin.
Ooh,
yes.
Damn,
that is a
great
good one.
film.
fuck. That was so close to being. Yeah. Damn. Fuck.
I also have Requiem for a Dream
Yes.
Mm.
and City
Oh,
of
dude.
God.
The Wrestler.
Oh, the
Oh,
wrestler
shit.
almost made it. It almost kicked out.
I
Old Boy.
totally, man. I forgot.
If I
about-
were to guess
yeah.
your list, I would have guessed that you would have put the wrestler on.
Yeah.
It was so close, so fucking close. Yeah.
God, Darren Aronofsky. That was- I
Aronofsky
forgot.
killed it in the 2000s because he had
He
the
did.
Wrestler, Requiem,
Fountain.
and the Fountain. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. There
I
gets
almost
his
put the
shout
Fountain
out.
on my list, but I couldn't. I love the Fountain of Death though. That's
Fountain's
my favorite
great, yeah.
Aronofsky.
The only ones I'll say are In Bruges, The Departed, Spirited Away, and Ratatouille. Those are my.
Ratatouille.
I mean, I love those movies to death, but I don't. The only one I would like highly consider, honestly, is The Departed, because like
The Departed is great. Yeah,
The
I think
Departed's
that-
fucking just so good. In my opinion, I think it's like top tier Scorsese, but
for sure.
not a lot of people agree with that.
I think it's great,
So-
but it's not my top 5 Scorsese. I don't think.
I fucking love it.
I
It's
got
great.
the only two that come to my mind because my phone's dead and I can't check Letterboxd is Dogtooth and Amoris Pharos.
Oh, Dogtooth is the
Oh.
2000s, huh?
Great. Yeah,
Yeah.
both of those were great.
Oh,
I
and
love Dogtooth.
Legally Blonde is pretty good too.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah. I put Mean Girls on my list too.
yeah. Mean Girls
is
fucks.
great. Yeah.
What about let me see.
The Dark Knight.
Elf.
Memories of Murder.
Oh,
Amazing.
It's a great film.
That is a
Amazing
great
movie.
movie.
It's a great movie. It's never been my favorite Bog movie. Like Mother and Parasite are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
I like Mother more.
Oh.
Mother's a 2009 movie.
I still haven't seen Mother.
Mother's so good. Oh my god.
I need
And
to
they
get on
give-
that.
God.
Can I give 3 more shout outs and I'll be done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
School of Cock.
Yes, School of Cock, dude. Yes.
We just
Almo-
put that on. Like, why not? Let's put that on.
Yeah,
It is
kick
great.
Pants Lambert. I don't give a shit.
Why is that? Why is Pants Lambert on chopping
Why
block?
do you hate
That's
Pants
become the
Lambert?
enemy
I don't.
of
Dude.
I don't
I think I gave Pants Labyrinth a 10 when I watched it.
Wait, what?
I mean, it's
What's
a
going on?
it's a
Who's
9
picking on me?
now.
I've never
No,
heard a
no, no,
bad
no.
word about Pan's Labyrinth till now.
No.
Fuck Pants Lambert.
Okay, wait,
Replace it
wait.
with School of
No, no,
Rock.
no.
Who gives a shit?
School
I-
of Cock.
I love Pan's Labyrinth. There's just a lot more 2000s movies.
No,
I love more.
I understand. Yeah. I would
Okay.
even put, now that we brought up Mother, like I think that's better than Pan's Labyrinth. But
Almost Famous, I think, is a great
Ah.
movie.
Oh yeah.
dude, I just rewatched that. That movie's
It's
so
really
good.
I need to rewatch it. It's been a long time.
It's made me cry. I love it.
And lastly, the Kill Bills. Kill Bill
Ooh, yeah.
is one of my, like, both films are best Tarantino or favorite Tarantino.
That's
for
top
me.
tier
For me.
tortellini. Yeah.
Yeah.
We also got Signs. What about that, guys?
And
So,
you
no,
don't want to
no.
open up this can of worms.
We can't do any Shyamalan talk. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna pull a cousin Greg. No comment. No comment.
I'm not familiar with that IP.
You don't have to say no comment. Just don't say anything.
If it has to be said, so it is.
so
So it be.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Sky High?
Yeah. My
Cousin
Hero
Greg-
Academia.
Cousin
yeah.
Greg's in that movie.
Is
What?
he really?
Is he?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
kid that like glows in the dark.
I think that was after my time.
Greg the Egg.
Greg the Egg. Yeah.
He's the cringe guy in Zola.
Oh yeah, he's so funny in
Yeah,
Zola.
I do remember him from Soul.
Oh, that is him, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Like that
Mhm.
girl's boyfriend or whatever. Oh.
Yeah.
What about Amores
Incredibles.
Perros? I think we should really think about that.
I said Amores Perros.
I've never seen
Just
Amores
mention.
Perros.
What?
Yeah, you
It's
haven't
great.
seen it. You haven't seen
Great,
it.
fantastic.
I know you don't like him, Jake, but that's the one you got to see from him.
That's incredible. It's his best movie.
I agree. I mean, I haven't seen it, but I can tell it. I can tell it's like the one movie that I'll like.
You don't like
I agree.
Birdman? You don't like
Birdman's
Birdman?
pretty good. Yeah.
I love him.
Damn, Birdman's a masterpiece.
I feel bad. I should apologize to Cynic publicly
critic.
because we got into like a bad argument about The Revenant.
I remember
Really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because like I don't know. I was being a dick though. I was like, oh, that movie's kind of stupid. He just gave me what the
That's
fuck
so
is-
funny.
But and then I kind of played it off, and I was like, but I was like genuinely not. I wasn't trying to be a dick. I was just like, it's not for me. But then he got kind of hot, and it
You
kind of
just-
spiraled.
You just happened to like talk about like his favorite, like one of his favorite movies.
Yeah,
all
one of
time.
his favorite fucking movies.
Is it really? That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I really don't.
that's crazy, man.
I'm still attacking him. Yeah.
I know.
The attack continues.
Oh man,
I'm surprised Carlos didn't mention an adaptation.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
great movie.
Oh, yeah, I would have guessed you would have.
Adaptation.
I just would pay it. Out of everything that everybody like y'all said, I would put Pan's Labyrinth above it though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Even like Memories of Murder, I would.
I
It's
haven't
just a
seen
hot
it. I
take.
don't
but-
know.
Was like Spirited Away? Are we like no one wants to fight for
I
that?
haven't seen Spirited Away.
You got to see the Spirited Away.
Spirited Away is fantastic.
It's an obvious
but
pick, but like it's
I'm-
you know.
Pan's Labyrinth-
I would agree that it deserves to be there just because of how like highly regarded it is.
Nobody's mentioned The Pianist, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
I just
Oh,
been
I'm
saying
saying
hell.
stupid shit all the
Zodiac by
Like,
David
it's
Fincher. I love that movie.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Fantastic
Elephant.
Mr.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Mr. Fox is great. Yeah.
I was gonna say Fantastic Mr. Fox is
Huh?
a
Life
movie I
Aquatic.
love.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that one.
I'm just
That's
kidding.
my favorite.
No, it's a great movie.
my
Yeah,
favorite.
it never was my favorite Wesley Anderson movie. I
It's
don't know
my
why.
favorite Wesley.
It's not my favorite, but I do love it.
It's really great. Yeah. I don't know. It's always been like Royal Tenenbaums and Mr. Fox for me. I'm
Oh,
all-
Fox is high for me.
unironically, Spider-Man 2. I fucking love Spider-Man 2.
dude. You know, I would put it in like my top 5, but I was kind of too scared to do it.
I would have backed you up. I
Damn.
love that movie.
That
I
movie.
would
It's like
not.
one of my childhood favorite movie. You hate it, Kaylan. You're
I'm
not
not
about
a fan. I don't love it.
What?
Is that shocking?
First
to you?
Benchwarmers,
the what.
now Spider-Man 2.
First, she came for Benchwarmers.
No, but Spider-Man 2 is like a
Me too.
9 out of 10. Benchwarmers is
I
like
know.
a 2
I know
out
that
of 10.
people love that movie. I just
Doc
not-
Ock.
It's just not for me.
Doc Cock. You know.
Yeah, Doc
Uh,
Ock.
Mhm.
I honestly forgot we were talking about for a second there. Like, why are we talking?
I forgot where I was
Doc
for a second. I think it's like I've reached. the
I'm
point
literally
tonight where I'm,
scrolling
like,
up and
hallucinating.
down on Letterboxd. Like,
am I even?
I tried to
am I
open
even
my
alive?
phone and I was like,
my
I
phone
would.
gay.
I would honestly. I would say Yee by Edward Yang. I love that film. But I know
I love
that's
the
like,
Yee. Yeah.
Yee.
So
Big
are we,
fan.
are we gonna just stick with the top 10 then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just
Yeah.
kind of naming films at this point. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
do the tan.
yeah.
Let's rank the. Fuck. Sorry. Oh, I'm getting over a cold right now.
Aw.
I'm fucked up right now. My body's. I'm fucked.
My body is fucked.
Your body sounds fucked.
Okay, so number 10 is definitely Pan's Labyrinth, right?
I guess so.
No, I
I'm
don't think that's
kidding,
fair.
It should be
just
way.
kidding, I'm kidding.
Should be way up
not,
there.
not fair.
Oh my god.
Because it's better than at least
It's-
3 of the films.
I'm just
that are-
saying it's got like the most discourse by far. So
only
like,
by Blaire.
just
that's
from Blaire.
Because I don't think it's like the best
what's
movie.
I know you guys are gonna come
Alright.
after my movies for the number 10 spot. That's why I'm saying that. So
Well,
Blaire
well,
hates
well,
Pan
you,
Labyrinth.
No, I would.
But
I
Punch
love
Drunk
the
Love or
Pan's
Wendy and
Labyrinth.
Lucy, you know.
No,
It's
I don't
canon.
think that
You hate-
deserves to be a 10 spot.
What's number 10 then?
Pan's Labyrinth.
What else we got?
We already know
That's
what
the-
you
Let's
think.
go through them again. There Will Be Blood, Cachet, Pan's Labyrinth, Wendy and Lucy, Punch Drunk Love, Mulholland Drive, Irreversible, Dancer in the Dark, No Country, and 4 months.
I think honestly, Jay.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say it. You do it every episode.
What?
No, I
Wendy,
don't.
Wendy and
Wendy
Lucy.
and Lucy.
It's always
number
my
10.
movie's always.
I do
yeah,
not think
it's
Wendy
always
and Lucy. I really don't think it
You-
deserves to be 10.
It's either 10 or 9.
You don't think it deserves to be in the top 10?
No. I don't think it deserves to be that low. I think it like
I'm fine with putting Punch Drunk Love there if that's what you were gonna say, Carlos. Or are you gonna
No,
say Wendy and Lucy?
I was gonna say Wendy and Lucy. Yeah. Because
Well,
there's no other movie in the list that I would put Wendy and Lucy above.
Mm.
I think I would put it above Punch Drunk Love.
Oh well, I
So
would put.
Maybe it's
I
like
actually
recency
like
biased
them
because I
personally.
just watched it, but
What did you say, Blair?
I would put Punch Drunk Love over Wendy and Lucy.
I mean, that's
What?
fine. Those are two like my favorite movies. So
I would put Wendy and Lucy above Dancer in the Dark, but that's just me.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
I
This
was
is
actually
this is
thinking
getting.
Dancer.
You
Might
give me
be-
shit for.
What if we change it up
Labyrinth.
and we start like from the top to bottom? Like, what's
Okay.
the best movies?
There'll be blood is number.
There'll
one.
be just give it. To
There'll
the
be blood.
movie.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
fine. I was gonna say Mulholland Drive, maybe, but
Yeah, I
Mulholland
think
Drive
it's
should be number 2.
I think it's between the two
that
of them,
that made
and I'm
your number
totally
one.
fine doing
Yeah,
There Will Be Blood. Yeah.
that made your number one and my number 2. But
Yeah.
I don't care. There will be bloods. You know,
Yeah, it deserves to be.
what can I
That's fine.
say? You know, there will be bloods number 1, then Mulholland Drive 2, right?
Uh-huh,
Yes.
Yeah.
That we're good with that. Okay. Number three. What is next?
Pan's Labyrinth.
Shrek.
I don't know, man. Irreversible?
Ooh, yes.
I would say for me it would be Irreversible or No Country for Old Men.
Yeah, I was thinking No Country, but yeah.
So is that the 3 and 4 slots right there?
I guess. I mean, I put a lot of movies in the list above No Country, but that's fine.
Why do you hate No Country?
No Country
like
is Carlos and I's
let
Pan's Labyrinth.
let the record show though, both Kaylan and I both wanted No Country in the top 10. Unlike Blaire, who wanted to boot Pan's Labyrinth out for God knows why.
For Shrek. And
True, I can't argue with
whatever
that.
else.
You know, if we did add Shrek, that would fix a lot of issues.
Yeah, we all agree on Shrek, right? Kaylan, you like the Shrek?
I like the Shrek. I
Okay,
don't like it more than the Pan's Labyrinth.
I like the Shrek. So
I
number
don't know,
3,
man. Both fairy tales. One has a donkey.
You're right.
and it has what do you call it? Lord Farquaad. So
Yeah.
Best haircut in the game.
best. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
God,
they both,
The
shut up,
ogre
John
hasn't
Lith-
fallen in love with the
Grit
princess.
Force days.
Yeah, man.
The,
on the wall.
oh, that is precious. The ogre has fallen in love with the
With the
princess.
princess.
Oh, good lord.
Honestly, all time. We mentioned Anton Chigurh, but he's no Lord Farquaad.
That's
In
true.
terms of villains, like,
That's
come
true.
on. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Both Shrek and Pan's Labyrinth
I
have
keep forgetting
have
what
a
all we
fascist
have.
character.
I need to.
That's true.
That's funny. So Irreversible, and then
Yeah.
is that number 3 for sure though?
I would
Yes.
say so. Yes.
I'm
We all
shocked. I
adore
felt
the
like that was going to
Irreversible.
be hella controversial, so that's why I put it so low on my list.
No,
Nah,
I'm glad
Irreversible's
that
where it's at.
y'all love it.
Incredible.
You're in the right
fucking
place. Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
All right, now it gets complicated. you know?
Cachet next.
Cachet. Cachet. Oh
Sure.
my god, yeah.
I mean, personally, I'd put it above Irreversible, but I mean,
Our top 4 are so dark.
So would I, but
yeah, but no, it's fine.
I would
it's fine.
actually be fine with putting Cachet above Irreversible. That's
Yeah.
But Jake hasn't seen.
I haven't seen it, so I think,
Oh,
let's be
okay.
clean about it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
clean.
Let's be
Gotta
clean
make it
about
clean. Gotta be above the board here.
Okay, so what? So next, I guess No Country, right?
Or 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days.
I'm gonna go 4 months, 3 weeks, but I don't know how everybody.
I know
else
you. I know you will. but what does the group think? I'm just kidding.
feels. Fuck your opinion, Carlos.
Kayla,
No,
it's
of course
I'm fine either way,
Okay,
honestly.
So I actually, I mean, I think no
It's not like a car
no
revving.
country. No country.
No Country
Okay.
number 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
Can't believe you're like groaning over No Country. It's like
That's crazy.
Who, me?
no Carlos.
Oh.
Oh.
God.
I think number 5 is really fair, if not like unfair,
Yeah, that's fair.
You know. Alrighty. What do we got next? For number 6.
Can we put Pan's Labyrinth because this is getting way too low?
Okay. What do
You
we
know
have
what
left?
you just throw? You honestly just throw in.
Okay,
my
what's
2
left?
movies
What are
and
the-
my
what's-
I'm
fucking
genuinely
head.
curious. What's
Will
left?
you name the ones that are left?
Yeah, it's Dancer in the Dark, 4 months, Punch Drunk Love, Wendy and Lucy, and Pan's Labyrinth.
Okay.
I just don't think it's cool to throw mine at 9 and 10.
Okay.
What the fuck? Come on.
No. Okay.
Well, just fucking. I don't know, Jake. Just get good. I don't know.
No, I know. I mean, like that's fair, but we're
I don't know
gonna
what to
really.
tell you, bud.
It's like a democratic decision right now, though. Like I don't know. I have a say in this voice, is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay, fine. I think we should do 4 months next. Okay.
Number 6. But here's my problem: is that Dancer in the Dark was my number 3 and Blair's number 1. So like,
Fine. Put Dancer.
All
in the Dark
I
next.
want
I
is to
don't-
see Dancer above Pants, and that's it. I don't care.
Oh
The rest
my
is
God.
fine. That's my one request.
Can we just do Dancer?
I love Dancer in the Dark, but I think it would be like low on this list.
That's number
I'm
10
being-
for me.
Oh my.
Yeah, it might be, honestly. Sorry.
But how about this? How about we put number 10, Dancer in the Dark, and then Wendy and Lucy next?
What?
What?
No, I'm saying put Wendy and Lucy number.
Only if you're like actually okay with that. I was joking. Like I don't want to actually force you to put my movies higher.
No,
like
but
if you
Wendy,
genuinely think Wendy and Lucy is like that good.
I do think it's a really great movie. So like we could do Wendy and Lucy right next. That way one of yours is a little bit higher and not 9 and 10.
I was joking. It
We're
doesn't
about to
have
start
to be that
wheeling
high.
and dealing. It's the time. Of the
I'm all,
night
my
when
movies are always at the bottom, so it's fine. Like I'm not actually mad.
And then we can put Pan's Labyrinth and 4 months, 3 weeks sandwiched between your picks.
I really think Pan's Labyrinth should be like next.
Yeah, I do too. But
Wait, so what's number 6?
I don't know. We haven't decided that.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell. I think it should be 4 months, and then
Yeah, that's my one compromise.
Okay, 4 months is cool.
If you guys throw fucking Dancer under the bus, then 4 months number 6.
and then Pan's Labyrinth at number
Yeah.
7. Okay. Carlos is fuming. Is that okay, or is that not good?
it works. I mean, I think Pan's Labyrinth is like miles better than Wendy and Lucy. No offense, but that's okay.
It's above it. It's already
It
above
is
it.
above it. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I haven't ranked Wendy and Lucy yet.
Oh,
Like I love
I do
Pan's
think it should
Labyrinth,
fit
but
in, like,
I don't
next.
think it's like, the greatest thing ever.
that's where you're wrong.
Damn. I mean, I did watch it like at 3 a.m. and I was like, I'm going to fuck Mimi's right after the movie, so I don't know.
No, I think that's fair. But again, like now automatically it's like we have my movies left. So
No.
Dancer in the Dark, Wendy and Lucy, and Punch Drunk Lover fighting for the 8, 9, and 10 spot.
I mean, I think Punch Drunk Love should be next, but
Wendy and Lucy.
Okay, I mean, if we think about the fact that Dancer is on 2 people's lists, like even
No,
like,
it got
you know what
kind
I
of
mean?
fucked right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
see, it's on 2 people's list, but there's other 2
I feel
people
like
here.
we're already on a path. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know.
Okay, how about put Dancer in the Dark next then?
And then okay.
Just because it was on 2 people's lists.
Yeah.
I feel like Wendy and Lucy being last is going to be too sad. I can't do that.
Hey, y'all did that to me.
Punch Drunk
so-
Love being glass sounds sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Punch Drunk
don't
Love
know.
being last hurts worse.
See,
Yeah.
you guys.
But I love
yeah.
Wendy and Lucy. I love the movie a fucking lot.
Fight for me. Help me. I'm last. It's those 2 left, so whatever,
Which one do you love more?
I mean, I had Wendy and Lucy
number
number 1, so
I would put Wendy and Lucy.
and then
first,
Punch
but
Drunk Love.
I mean, that's fair. I
like,
mean, the
my
Pacific
opinion.
Northwest wins my heart. So yeah.
I do love Punch Drunk Love, but we do already have a
PTA.
PTA on there.
All right, that makes sense to me.
So
I
we should
guess.
kick it off.
No,
Huh?
where did that come from?
What?
No, no.
What the hell?
No, it's
We
on my
wanna
list.
replace it
I'm
with
fighting
Shrek?
for it. I'm
Yeah.
just
Replace
my
Punch
brain
Drunk
is
with
just
Shrek.
shot, dude. My brain's just gone
Ratatouille?
We'll go. We'll do.
Ratatouille instead.
Well-
Yeah.
We'll do Wendy and Lucy number 9, and then Punch Drunk Love number 10.
Yes, that's what I wrote down.
Okay.
I remember I watched Ratatouille
Yeah.
and Pan's Labyrinth like really close to each other.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just remember that.
Ratatouille's fucking so good. I love that movie.
Punch Drunk Ratatouille.
No love for The Incredibles here.
I said it in my honorable mentions, but
Shit.
Shit.
that's why I'm kind of like I'm a little like I feel like we fucked over the animated movies a lot, but
Yeah, we just fucked
It's not my
ourselves.
bag, baby.
Just fucked
Ah.
ourselves.
It's just
all right, you bastards. I'll read the list out now. Top 10 of the 2000s, according to us, are There Will Be Blood, directed by PTA, Parent Teacher Association. Mulholland Drive, directed by David Lunch. Irreversible by Gaspar Noé. Cache at number 4. Number 5 is No Country for Old Men, the hotly contested Coen Brothers film. 6 is 4 months, 3 weeks, 2 days. Number 7 is Pan's Labyrinth. Number 8 is Dancer in the Dark. Number 9 is Wendy and Lucy. Number 10 is Punch Drunk Love. That's our top 10.
Good list. That's a very good list.
It's a base list. I feel like maybe it's a little wonky.
What
would you change?
The way it's structured. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the weeds about it at this hour.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's the point of ranking it, but yeah. I don't know.
I think both Kaylan and I agree Pan's Labyrinth got fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want me to say?
This is a democratic system.
Wait,
it's cool.
Okay, but I'm just curious. Like, what film is it like? Oh, I can't believe it's behind that. I'm curious.
Yeah,
because like it's not above. It's not behind.
No, you're right. It is top.
Literally,
so it's like
only No Country for Old Men, I think, is your contention.
You guys gotta rewatch the movie because the movie's
I was like,
incredible.
I don't understand where any of that's coming from. So
it's amazing.
I would never fight against No Country. I think it should be like number 2 in my opinion, but
honestly, I agree.
That's different. That's okay.
It's a pretty awesome list, though.
It's a very good list. It's just hard to make, honestly. It was a hard list to make, so that's why it's like it seems a little wonky because like I don't think there's a way to perfect it unless we talk for like another
you're totally right.
5 hours.
I don't have it in
me. No, we should wrap it up.
Memes.
Yep.
It's reaching peak brain rot hour, but
I think I'm past brain rot and just
gonna be the goer to beds. How does the Oppenheimer quote go? I become the sleepyhead, the goer to beds.
Oh, what?
That's the Oppenheimer. Yeah, that's what he said.
That's the trailer?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
He said, I'm the sleepyhead, the goer to beds.
Is that the trailer?
Oppenheimer was gonna like nuke the world because he's so tired.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Understandable.
Yeah. That's funny. I don't know how that's going to play in the theater.
I'm excited.
Yeah. I got my tickets for that movie.
It's no Barbie or anything. But
no, I'm more excited for Barbie.
Me too.
All the haters out there.
Barbie's going to be lit.
You don't like women, Carlos?
I like women a lot.
Clearly not, because not excited for Barbie. I don't know
what's the criteria.
Fuck put me out of my misery.
Barbie.
Are you actually excited for Barbie, or is that a joke?
No, I'm not trolling. I'm genuinely excited.
Because I'm very excited for Barbie.
I'm very excited.
Genuinely am, yeah.
The calling Carlos a misogynist for Barbie, that's the trolly part.
No, yeah, I know that part, yeah. I just didn't. That'd be really fucked if you were serious.
No, Blaire's dead ass, bro.
Dead ass.
Yeah, he's dead ass about it. No, I can't wait for Barbie. But anyway, that's our top 10. I'm sure people are very upset that there weren't any Quentin Tarantino films or any Christopher Nolan films, but
did we mention American Psycho once?
I was going to. I actually forgot. Yeah, I love that film.
I actually forgot. I didn't.
Perry's gonna kill us. He's gonna go
Perry.
American Psycho on us.
Yeah.
Sorry, Perry. Kelly Reichardt beats that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, but yeah, you can't please everybody. You know, it's our list, and I like it that way. So I'm glad we made a pretty bang up job, though. Like, I think the list is very good. And I thank you all for being here at this ungodly hour of the night. It's so late. I can't, even for you guys, it's morning time, but
it's almost 6 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah, almost 6 a.m.
Fucking hell, mate. That's crazy.
Accent on point.
Thank you. Kaylan, thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So any final words you'd like to say, or
Nope. Absolutely not.
Just thanks. I like it that way.
For being here, the Kaylan.
Yeah, thank you. No, seriously. Yeah, actually, thank you for coming on. It was a very fun episode. Carlos and Blaire, say what you will. What plug some stuff.
Just came out with a Beau is Afraid scene analysis. Check that out. Join the Discord, $5 a month on Patreon, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, my phone died.
Oh no, that's okay. That's all right. All good.
Apology.
Thank you. I'm glad you showed your face for a good part of the pod, though. It was fun to, interact and stuff. So it's all good. You'll find Blaire up in the Pacific Northwest somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Roaming around. Yeah,
I'm like Bigfoot. I just
hanging out with Michelle Williams. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Subscribe to the Misfit Pond and also the Cinebums channel. All of our links will be in the descriptions below. Also, we started using time codes, so please stop asking for them because Carlos puts a lot of
give it a rest already.
Carlos puts a lot of work doing
in the
that,
comments.
So stop commenting on the time codes. I'm seriously.
Carlos works hard to feed his wife and kids, and you motherfuckers keep complaining.
Keep talking about the trunk.
No, I'm joking.
I just had to put that out there because I'm so sick of people talking about it. But yeah, we'll have time codes in the description. You assholes.
You
sons of bitches. Sons of bitches. Go see Asteroid City. Keep watching movies. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. 2010s.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Bye.
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 Go for the moon. Go for the moon.